Yeah. Sweep it away.
Sweep it under the rug.
And of course, the somewhat controversial Creation Club, which is paid mods. It's not paid mods. That's kind of been
a mess.
Yeah, it's kind of been a mess.
Did they abolish that? Is it gone now?
No, it's still around.
Oh.
And but we'll get right into it because there was a rumor that Fallout 76 was going to support it. But Fallout 76.
Yeah.
This is a game we pretty much know is going to be here. We saw a trailer during the Microsoft press conference that kind of set up the setting, and some news came out that it is probably in 2102, because if you look at the Pip-Boy, that's what it says there. 25 years after the Great War, but before all of the Fallouts. Ben Moore, you're a huge Fallout fan. What do you think about this? Yeah, what do you think about this direction they're going with?
I really like it because if they are focusing on survival, and what they've talked about is kind of reclaiming the place, and so you get out there and there aren't different factions that have already formed. There aren't towns that have popped up. You have to decide where you want to go. You're kind of the first people out there after this huge tragedy. I think that's an excellent setup for a survival game. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I think it's a good setup. The other thing, I was talking to Brandon Jones, who is not a big Fallout guy, and he was like, hey, I appreciate any time they let me kind of jump in without having to worry, it taking place before everything else.
Yeah.
It's a clean start, which I think is useful for a lot of people, potentially.
Brett, that's not really a Fallout guy too much as well. What do you think? What do you think about this one?
I really need to see what actual gameplay looks like.
Right. Yeah.
We haven't seen any of that. Like, the idea, like the time period I think is super fascinating. The idea of kind of going out and there's nothing established yet and maybe making your own kind of thing is really interesting. I gotta see how it's gonna play, man.
Yeah.
Especially if it's co-op or like multiplayer.
Yeah, the rumors are that it is an online focus. Sources have told, Kotaku and Polygon both, that there's an online component to this game. What would you want that to be like, Ian?
Well, I know that like a billion years ago, Interplay there was that rumored Fallout MMO, and like, which was going to be probably in the old isometric style, I think, and like all of these weird things like. So online has been kind of in the outskirts of Fallout for a while, and I think it's an interesting idea. The impression I had was that it was going to be like a Rust or that kind of like survival-based thing.
Yeah.
I hope that there is more story than in that game, which it seems like there might be from these kinds of trailers. But that said, I think that other players helping each other to rebuild,
oh my God,
and
yes.
or being the enemies, like by and large, like if you're out there, if like
factions.
Pie in the Sky, right? Pie
Yes.
in the Sky, they create a game that's like some kind of crazy persistent online world where it is like a simulation of like we're all just survivors out here. We can help each other rebuild, or we could like rob stuff from each other. Yeah, I mean, it has potential.
Yeah.
Something that is really essential to Fallout is kind of picking a side at a certain point, where you get far enough along the story, and you decide like, okay, I want to align myself with these guys in the way that they view the world. I think it'd be really cool in Fallout 76 where those other factions are players, and you have to decide, okay, do I accept the way that they see things? Do I like the way that they're going? How do I interact with that? Am I aggressive with it? Do I just try to stake out my own territory? Obviously, that is extremely ambitious and I'm sure super hard to pull off.
Because I think of like Fallout intros and like being the baby and like the way that all played out. Like, what if the beginning is the single player focus, and you then like go on the single player kind of the intro, and that leads into like, all right, who do you want to join? And that kind of puts you into that multiplayer faction.
You in the multiplayer,
Jones, what do you want from 76 at this conference?
Well, what I think is interesting, completely echoing Brad, we need to see how this game functions. And I wonder if it seemed like there was a little bit of handshaking going on between Bethesda and Microsoft, where like we get the teaser beforehand and then we get to see gameplay, and then now we're actually going to get the deep dive, similar to Fallout 4, if I'm not wrong. That was like Bethesda's first press conference 3 years ago, where they really, really went in detail. And I wonder if the point of this trailer is just to show like this won't look like PUBG, this won't look like Fortnite, this won't look like like a lot of the games you're thinking of that you've heard this kind of being based on this will look as good, if not better, than some of the Fallout games that you've played. I'm just curious of the actual functionality, and I'm not like nervous. I think that's like what we're here for. I think that could potentially kick the whole thing off. Maybe like a fun announcement, and then Todd will come out on stage and be like, "Hey, so we announced this before. If you just watched Microsoft, you probably saw that. Time to get into detail. Not only one big long gameplay video, but like gameplay video, person explaining what you just saw. Another gameplay video, person explaining that.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised because I think in that first deep dive they showed like 10, 15 minutes of the gameplay. They showed some trailers, and then they went deep dive into the building stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was, here's what this game is, blah, 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 this kind of gameplay, single player focused, and then like another one about all the multiplayer. Something I just noticed in this is that there appear to be seasons. It showed grass growing and then turning brown, and then like there were leaves and there was snow in one of these shots and not other shots. It's like, that would be crazy.
Having this trailer on loop is really beneficial because I feel like they're saying a lot here. I think the different individual people walking by the power armor might be a very strong hint. And if you notice, they're really going out of their way to create a sense of isolation, to have one person looking at a huge thing. And I think it would be really cool if, yes, there was an online focus, but it was more like you're seeing remnants of other people as you go on your own journey. I think would be really, really cool. And you kind of get that sensation from the trailer, and I hope that's accurate.
Like maybe if someone dies or something, you could stumble around their corpse and loot them or something like that.
Like a blood stain or something.
Yeah.
It's in West Virginia, and it's 4 times the size of Fallout 4. That's pretty massive. This is a huge open world with, I just think of how big that is with other people roaming around, and that's intense. Are there going to be long stretches where you don't see anyone? Or
I don't know. What Ben just said has got me thinking, because actually, because I was wondering narratively how you justify, because if I'm understanding the story set up correctly, Vault 76 is the first vault to open. So in theory, there wouldn't be that many people left alive out there that weren't in vaults. And if you're the first vault that gets out, there would be nothing but very few survivor humans who found some way through it, and monsters.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if, this is just an extreme example, but some kind of Dark Souls mechanic where you are on your own, but you do find remnants of other people and can salvage their stuff or whatever. Because in the narrative, most of the humans that you would be playing as would have had to have come out of 76.
Yeah.
So it's the trailers are only ever showing one person coming out of 76, not millions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ludonarrative dissonance.
Ludonarrative.
Everyone is
the
coming
rumors
out of...
could be false, and it just could be a single player
it could
game.
just be Fallout 5.
I also wonder if companions will play a part of it, because that's been very important to Fallout as well. But suddenly, if you have everybody running around with the same dog.
Yeah.
Right.
The same power armor.
It's going to shake me out of it, for sure.
How long does it take to play through a typical Fallout?
Well, it depends
what you do.
What's maybe the quickest?
Speed run, it's
30.
20, 30,
40.
Yeah.
One of the vibes I might be getting from this, and maybe it's just a reference to some of the survival games that I've been playing, is that this is going to be, and the map being so huge, I think plays into that, is that maybe this is a game they want people to play for a lot longer than your typical Fallout. So I wonder if with the building mechanic, if when you're leveling up your character, it's going to take a little bit longer than people are used to with Fallout to get stronger. That you're going to be spending a little bit more time in certain areas. That also plays into the lore of you being some of the first people out into this world, and so you're trying to fortify certain locations. And so I wonder if every time you get strong enough that you can move on to new areas, you get the sense that you kind of keep repeating the same process all over again, where I'm now getting to this new area with a bunch of people who just got here, and now we're trying to fortify this place. So I'm curious how, even though the map is going to be really big and all of Fallout 3 and 4 open world, how open it's going to be in the sense of where are the barriers that separate levels?
Is it World of Warcraft style?
Is
with
that
levels?
just are those barriers just enemy based, where I just see something that's a higher level and I can't survive in this area, or if they're going to block people off by maps similar, to how PUBG and Fortnite does it.
And you think about how
This is getting me excited, by the way.
know.
All of you are getting me really
curious.
excited about
curious
Fallout
project,
76.
you think about how character progression works in Fallout and how tailored it is to a single player experience, because depending on the perks that you choose, there will be entirely new avenues for you to go. There are things that, because I chose this, because I have this perk, I can see this crazy stuff. And it would be interesting, I think, in a multiplayer game if you really had to specialize and you couldn't kind of get a lot of things where it's like, okay, it's going to take me a lot to get this perk. I'm going to have to team up with other people that have different specializations to tackle this objective. I think it could be really cool, too.
Also, I think it shouldn't be overlooked, and I don't know if they commented on this at all. In the beginning of the trailer, they mention it. They say this was designed by Vault-Tec but built by you. But, like, not all, there are some control vaults, but most of the vaults are, like, sick, twisted,
This is a control vault.
thought experiment. They've said this is a control vault?
Yeah. All
right.
We've
All
seen...
I'm saying is I don't really trust Vault-Tec, even if they tell me it's a control vault. Like, I wouldn't be
They
surprised.
just mentioned Vault 76 in other Fallout games.
Right, I remember. Yeah, okay. So that's good to know, because like Vault-Tec is not to be trusted.
Right.
So like if we're being told one thing, like it might not even be the truth. Like we might have been on ice for 3,000 years, and this is like the distant future. Like as far as Vault-Tec is telling us.
Okay, can you imagine? Because I love in other Fallout games when you get to see other vaults and what their
like
fucked
the one
up
that's
thing
all
was.
bricks or whatever.
Can you imagine like you get to go to a vault that hasn't been opened yet, and you like maybe get to go steal stuff or like mess it up? Oh, could be really
Like with people in it or without?
Yeah.
No, but
Like
there are
brand new?
people in it, but they're all sleeping.
Yeah.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh, it freaks me out.
Yeah.
All right, Fallout 76. You got me hyped, everybody. Good work.
And like the rumored to come out soonish, and I believe in the Microsoft demo, the little lower third said like pre-order June 15th or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, rumored. The rumor I heard was it could come out in July. So
Wow.
who knows if that's
right.
true?
Whoa.
Swinging
4th
for
of
the
July.
fences.
Next up, Rage 2 is back. Got out ahead of that leak, thanks Walmart. But I think they handled it very, very awesome.
Thanks, Walmart.
Yeah, they handled it in such a great way. Just, they
like the
came out in front of
gameplay
it
trailer.
and kind of joked about it on Twitter and then finally
The one right now.
revealed it. It's from id with help from Avalanche, the Just Cause and Mad Max developers. They're assisting id. And you play as Walker, the last Ranger
Texas Ranger.
of the Wasteland. And you're going up against the Authority, not Triple H's Authority.
Right.
You're going up against the Authority, which was also referenced in Rage 1.
In case you were
Yep.
confused.
And it's set in 2185, and the first game is 2135. So 50 years after the first game. And the trailer, we see some mechs, some trolls, some thugs. Brandon Jones,
Love those thugs.
Rage 2.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are Avalanche. This is the Mad Max team.
Yeah.
And so if the Mad Max team made a game that I didn't necessarily take seriously but enjoyed exploring, this looks like another excellent game I will not take seriously and very much enjoy exploring. I think potentially the action looks a lot crazier. I loved hooking onto other vehicles and stuff, and like I'm not necessarily seeing those hijinks, but like enemy variety is way bigger than Mad Max.
Which I love.
Way more colorful game than Mad Max. The environment looks to be a little more diverse than just this kind of open desert, which is various shades of brown, and obviously playful. Very, very, very playful. Even when it's at its most grotesque and severe, you get the vibe of lots of mohawks and mini games. Very colorful and very over the top. And so I think it's so on one hand. I'm curious how much substance there is to this story, but this definitely looks like a dev having fun. Like they're having a good time, and they're showing stuff off in their game. That's not just completing the objectives that they have in this game, but with finesse.
Yeah.
And so this looks like it could be fun.
Brad Ellis.
Yeah.
What do you want to see from this?
So I remember the first Rage, and I remember the driving parts were the weakest part of that game to me.
Absolutely.
And they felt kind of tacked on.
I feel like
and
Avalanche is
kind of like a
hired
chore.
just for that
That's
stuff.
what I'm hoping. The car parts are way better from this game. I liked like the levels. I remember you going like little bandit areas and stuff like that. Those were really fun. But just when you get to the world and the driving, it was just kind of like, this kind of doesn't need to be here, but I'm hoping, with Avalanche on it, it'll really improve that.
One thing that I just saw that reminded me of Mad Max, not to bring that up again, but they were also very separate, Brad. So if I'm in this town, I'm gonna go through this door, and that's gonna load me into my garage. The garage is gonna go straight out into a driving-only segment. Then I'm gonna park at the garage of the town that I'm traveling to, and then pop out, and now I'm in the first-person shooter segment, where they just had a really interesting shot of somebody that was strafing around a big group of guys. So they're doing wing stick, grenades, shotgun, assault rifle, and a car drives by and takes a couple dudes out. And I remember that being an issue with Mad Max, where I would pop out and refuel my car and hear an engine and be like, come on, because any bad guy would see you, and that's an easy an easy hit just to run you over at full speed. So it'd be kind of fun just to see a giant bus of just a bunch of crazy Mohawk maniacs come barreling down on you or on foot.
This is single player, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ian Hink,
Hey.
Co-op would be fun.
Mad Max Fury Road is easily one of the greatest films ever made.
Oh, yeah.
That is a correct opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. I don't know what your thoughts on Rage 1, but do you like what you see from Rage 2?
I never played Rage 1, but this looks really fun. It looks like kind of what Brandon was saying, just like a zany, crazier Mad Max game. I played the Mad Max game for a number of hours. I didn't beat it, but I remember wanting more out of it, that kind of that high-octane insanity. And it looks like that's what this one's got.
Do you know what I get shades of? Serious Sam.
Yes!
And something that Serious Sam nails better, in my opinion, than any other shooter is when it talks about chaos, it's not just we're going to have crazy weapons and we're going to have goofy enemies, which is fun and fine on its own. It is, we are going to surround you on all sides in a completely open area. And I can imagine driving your car in Rage 2, some nut job pulls you out, and then you look around you and it's just a sea of enemies, and you're like, all right, hope this wing stick gets me through it. And that could be really, really cool, because it just cleaving through enemies really, really quickly feels so satisfying, but it also is just edge of your seat, stressful, anxiety-ridden, and seeing that in the trailer.
The wing stick is like a boomerang, Mad Max Thunderdome style.
You see it chew
takes
on a
off
bad
heads
guy's
really
face
good.
in this one.
Yeah.
Top tier shotgun in Rage 1. Can't wait to pull the trigger in Rage 2.
Yeah, see the improvements.
Do you want to feel the power?
Do you remember in Rage 1 that whole kind of carnival game show segment?
The game show stuff is my favorite part of Rage 1.
That's my favorite part of Rage 1.
I want them to double down on
that. That is my favorite part of Rage 1, and it looks like they have signs that look sort of similar to that segment in Rage 1.
Open arena, the first one are very Riddler challenges and closed
Saw
spaces.
blades.
Whereas this one looks like it's going to be out.
Twisted game shows works for me.
My favorite takeaway from the trailer is just, and Jones was saying too, just the variety of enemies and locations. It looks like you go to a bunch of different places to fight against a bunch of different factions. That on its own excites me, but I'm wondering how they're all gonna tie that in together, and that's what I kind of want to see tonight.
I like the quick cuts between different environments when you're behind the vehicle, and I hope, again, this is not the best way to sell Rage, but I think we've seen enough of it that they could change things up at this point. And I like that it's in your face, I like that it's over the top. I hope it's not that all the time. We actually saw a great shot of some stealth, maybe some horror aspects, some weird shadowy monsters coming in through the woods.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope maybe some changes of pace tonight would be really cool. Maybe just even an elongated shot of some of the wide shots we've seen of just kicking up dirt, driving out on the road, and just taking in the environment.
Love it.
I'm okay with 11 all the time.
Yeah. Just the logo, just that person with the shotgun,
Oh, is that the wing stick?
So the
Man,
next,
that is such a cool shot where he's
so cool.
knocking him up into the air with the gun.
The juggle.
Yeah.
next on the list, Prey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Prey. From Arcane Studios. I did Dishonored as well recently. On March 2nd, 2018,
I remember it well.
their Twitter account said, "Do we really know what's out there?" And it was a shot of the moon.
Oh.
A tease of the moon. A week later, on the 8th, hashtag TBT with a screenshot of the moon. So pretty much confirmed, because in the game, in Prey, there are documents and there's lore pointing to a secret moon base that's up to some sketch stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are expecting a Prey.
I think you're grasping.
I don't see the correlation there, Huber.
So Prey DLC on the moon. Ben, you played Prey, right?
I did. I didn't finish Prey, but I played Prey. Yeah.
Do we think they're going to go standalone like they did with Death of the Outsider? Is that the smart play here? What do you want to see from Prey?
Boy, I really love standalone updates.
Yes.
I think it just makes it easy for everyone to get on board. If for some reason there's something you don't like about the main game, it also, I think with standalone, I think from a creative standpoint, you feel like you can kind of go in a really wacky direction.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't worry, like if you don't want this, you can just completely ignore it. But I also think the way that you make, whether it's standalone or just regular DLC work, is you shadow drop that son of a gun.
Oh,
And the reason I say that, it's not just to throw the shadow drop meme out there, which is always fun, and I'm not above doing.
It's very serious.
Is because it's been a while since Prey.
It has been.
And I think something that
some mood right
hurt
there, baby.
Death of the Outsider and hurts a lot of games in general with DLC is when you take enough time away from the main release, it's hard, I think, to capture that attention, and something like a shadow drop would help. So,
Brad, what do you think about Prey?
I don't really know much about it.
Okay.
I didn't play it.
So if it was standalone and say self-contained, would you?
If it's self-contained, much more likely.
Yeah.
But I think I'd want to play the original.
You'd want to play the
I
original
want that
first
context,
before
dude.
you
I
delve
want
in.
that context, baby.
Okay.
Brad does not take the easy road.
Love it.
Something that I think would be interesting, because the first trailer, however many years ago, with Prey, they're using the same video effect in this trailer as in the other one. The early trailers were just really psychological. It was just the guy in the room, like going kind of crazy. It didn't show shooting at all, really. And it wasn't until later that they revealed kind of the gameplay stuff. It'd be kind of interesting if not for the whole thing, but if the DLC was a little more cerebral and like just kind of weird, and
You're
there
like
wasn't as much
unarmed or something.
Yeah, unarmed. Like you're on the moon base, you're like a scientist trapped in this base with no weapons, and it's just more of a like survival thing. That could be really
That's
cool.
Let's go Alien style.
Yeah.
In fact, I would love it if they said, "Listen, we want Alien Isolation 2 also." So we made
So we made it.
So we just went ahead.
just made it.
Our pitch game.
Wait, did they make that too?
No.
Oh, okay.
Brandon Jones.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about Prey right now?
I did not touch Prey at all, and I've seen the thing that I thought was noteworthy about Prey is that some people, that was their insta-goaty, man. Like just some people I saw on social media were like, I loved that game so much. I think the main turnoff for me was, especially when it comes to shooters, I'm not a fan of like tiny enemies. Not a fan of like, you can't catch me, like that type of stuff. And there just seemed like a lot of, those little guys.
They're coming up
I
the
love the subterfuge. I love them like transforming into objects and then popping out of nowhere. I love like spooky surprises like that. And the game looks extremely interesting. He's a chair. I think standalone would be really great. I think the thing that really works with that is if it is at a discount or potentially free, or they shadow drop it and it's just easily accessible, then that could be something people jump into that possibly didn't play Prey last year and they're like, wow, I love this. And if this world is teasing back at the stuff that happened before, well then now I got to go back and check out the original Prey. Especially if an add-on is specifically sold as like a smaller experience. It's like, I don't think that's bad as long as you play expectations to that and let people know.
I agree, yeah. And I like it when they're a little different than the main game. Like, Left Behind is my favorite Naughty Dog game. Like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And like, that's
It's
probably
a little
super
different.
weird.
For sure.
Well, and there's precedent for that with Bethesda as well. You think about Old Blood and Wolfenstein.
Yes.
Which we were getting.
Ooh.
Yes. So that was Prey.
Rip and tear.
Quake Champions. You mentioned a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
Quake Champions. The noteworthy news for Quake Champions is that they are adding dismemberment.
Oh,
That's a good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good update.
Damian,
Yeah.
I think there's a trailer or something for this.
Dismemberment
Maybe it was
trailer.
just an image. But,
Dismemberment
Soldier of Fortune style.
Love it.
Blown off legs, blown off arms.
Oh, can we make an Easy Allies like just dismemberment montage? Just throw it on the main page for no good reason.
of like us getting dismembered.
Well, no.
So I briefly played Quake Champions. It's extremely hardcore.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. I got destroyed
Oh, yeah.
when I played it.
Yeah.
Match.
Have barely played it, but It's that old school Twitch-based, hardcore competitive FPS. What do we expect from Quake Champions? Just some dismemberment, a crazy trailer?
Yeah, just some update maybe, like or adding these maps, maybe new modes, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think you check in on it, but I don't necessarily think it needs to be a huge thing.
Ben Moore, is that enough for Quake Champions just to live in its own little dismemberment world, crazy action, competitive multiplayer? It is what it is, and that's enough, and we're good with that?
I think there is an audience for that game, and I think you cater the game around that audience that is most enthusiastic about a new Quake game in this day and age. And that's totally fine. Like, I think it is foolish for every game to try to be the next big hot thing. I think it makes a lot of sense to focus on a small community and really pay attention to what they want and focus on that and differentiate yourself.
I don't recall. Is this a hero shooter? Like, does it have?
I'm pretty sure each character has their
you
own
have different
thing.
champions that you can pick. Yeah.
Hence the name Champions. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, and I think maybe Quake Champions falls in line with a lot of people this way, where like I played Quake Champions, I checked it out, I got distracted by other games, but I'm totally willing to check back in.
Yeah.
You know, and I think maybe that's the
try
case
it.
that you make for it, is like, hey, we've only gotten better. Like that's always a good message to send, is we've only gotten better.
I loved Quake when I was a kid.
But it's crazy because, like, as a kid, I used to get some kills. I'm telling you, when I played this, I was like, 1 kill, 35 deaths. Just like, you're dead.
Old
You're
eyes
dead. You're
can't,
dead.
Yeah,
we
reflex
can't
not fast enough
comprehend
anymore.
We're too old now.
We'll just have to do a custom match with each other.
Yeah.
Feel better.
We'll play with each other and then all just lose terribly. And
Yeah.
You can feel good.
So hardcore. Love it. All right, we just talked about Prey from Arcane Studios. Dishonored. Coming off Dishonored 2 and Dishonored Death of the Outsider, which released in, what did I say, September of last year. Do we think they're going to take a break from Dishonored, or do we think we could expect another DLC? Is it on ice right now? What do you think, Brad? Would you want them to come out with?
I mean, I love Dishonored. I just feel like they probably won't show anything more new. I think they were doing something else. Like, they might be working on Dishonored 3 or whatever, but I don't know if we'll see another expansion for 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think so.
Arcane Studios, Harvey Smith, just,
Yeah.
I'm ready to see what they're doing.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, Harvey.
You know, like whether that's more Dishonored or even a new IP. Is that
they
too
can-
radical of thought right now to think that they could also be working on something brand new, Brandon Johns?
They said this was going to be a huge press conference. So if it's bigger than last year, that last year's length and format kind of seemed to serve like a couple new announcements, 1 or 2 gameplay updates, and then just like maybe 2 announcements we're not excited about. And so if this is going to be a big, meaty update, maybe the development team split off into something else and they're trying something new. But yeah, they do seem to have that kind of one expansion pack update, just maybe like one, just kind of a collection of some gameplay ideas they hadn't had in the case of Outsider, you know, a character you were already familiar with, who could be a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new, and they could just, it's got to be so refreshing as a developer to have that opportunity to, like, we made a great game with Dishonored 2, but like, man, I had this great idea, this refinement that I wanted to bring to it that we can change now. And I just think it's the right time. It's interesting, there's so much apocalypse going on again, like Fallout and Rage, you know. And it was a bummer because I never played Dishonored 2, and I think I played like a demo, and then I played Death of the Outsider at PAX, and was just like, this world. I love details, and like you go into any room in that game, and it's just like, not only are there details all over the place, but there are individual objects that have names that you can, you know, potentially loot and check out, and that is just a deep world. And it's going to take a lot of time before they move on, I think, and make a new project. So
That's sad.
I could see a standalone.
I mean,
yeah,
well,
you could.
maybe.
I mean, the first game had 2 DLCs.
The fact that they did it,
Yeah, I did.
the fact that they announced Fallout 76 intentionally, not even a leak, right? They announced it themselves like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Like that to
Made
me
people stare at a bobblehead.
might, yeah, right, with that weird stream. That's right. That to me indicates like they've got to have something else big
Yeah.
right, for the press conference. Like,
Totally.
why? Otherwise, why announce Fallout 76 early? I don't know. And it could be a new IP. It could be Doom 2. It could be whatever. But yeah.
All right, the next thing we pretty much know is going to be there is Wolfenstein 2 on Switch. Now, it's going to be on Switch. We know this. But can we expect... I'm excited for this. Let's
Closes
all,
the notebook.
Let's all theorize.
Closes the notebook.
Let's all theorize. What crazy Switch functionality can we expect with Wolfenstein 2? Wolfenstein 2 is a crazy game. We already saw Skyrim with Link. Can we expect Wolfenstein 2 on Switch to have some crazy amiibo support
Yep.
or like a
There it is.
brand new mode?
Smash Brothers inclusion of BJ Blazkowicz.
The idea of a BJ Blazkowicz amiibo is too pure a thought.
Yeah.
You can like get the fireballs from Mario.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
way too M-rated for Nintendo. Like,
I think if you play with each Joy-Con in each hand and you have the two like machine gun shotgun weapons or whatever, and if you literally do this with your hands, it gives you like a damage bonus. It just like a little bit.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
For real though, I mean, what's... Are they just gonna say, hey,
I don't
here's
know.
just Wolfenstein 2 on Switch?
I don't think Doom had anything different.
Yeah, I don't
I
necessarily
think
think
it'll
it
just be
will.
port.
I'm still going to be thinking about that amiibo, but
Yep.
Yeah,
They
man.
say locked frame rate, it's a miracle. You know, on the
Yeah.
Switch, then it's just that's enough.
Yeah. Now, there have been Wolfenstein 2 DLCs. Can we expect another larger piece similar to the Old Blood?
Yes.
Some big showcase Wolfenstein 2 DLC? Because the other ones were really smaller, kind of just... You know, you play as these other characters within the world of Wolfenstein 2. Didn't change the gameplay too much. Can we expect a new
It starts
Old
like
Blood
that,
style?
Gameplay.
I think it's very possible. Yeah, and I would really like to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
I
would
could
you
go for
go? Would you want prequel again or sequel or a new character?
I don't want to ruin
Of course,
parts
of course.
of Wolfenstein, but I could see some stuff in space working out pretty well. I think it would be kind of fun to get crazy with it and like imagine a Wolfenstein but fantasy where you're BJ Blazkowicz, but you're like breaking out of a dungeon and you get some weird Hexen vibes. I don't know.
Dude,
They can just do something like really
Hexen!
fun,
I'm
weird
there for
spin-off.
Hexen, man.
Yeah.
I love Hexen.
Well, that's
cool
kind of
idea.
harkening back to Return to Castle Wolfenstein. The really
Yeah,
supernatural nature of
Occults.
rituals
Yeah.
and finding
Sure.
ruins and stuff like that.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I bet-
afraid of being weird.
maybe even just kind of like an Indiana Jones on steroids.
Yeah.
You know, going into like some place they dug into and found something they shouldn't have found.
But I'm saying like you're using a sword. That's what I want.
Sure.
I'm talking
parts,
about
yeah.
shining armor right now.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you go back in time to stop the problem before it starts. Take out Hitler
Take him
in
out.
the 30s.
I'd be
like before
so
any of it.
on board for that, Ian.
Yeah,
That'd be
with a
so,
sword.
that would be so fun.
And then you literally you try to head him off at the pass and like stop him from getting the Ark of the Covenant. Literally just ties in
the Covenant.
with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Who's the medallion guy? I love that villain.
Oh yeah. What's
He's
his
just in this
name?
game.
I don't remember his name.
Gave me nightmares as a
Yeah.
kid.
He
Freaked
takes
me
out
out.
that hanger,
Ah.
but you think it's a weapon.
Yeah. So Wolfenstein 2,
About.
it's gonna be there.
So weird.
On Switch. Hopefully they do more than just, hey, we're on Switch, see you later.
Yeah.
I would like more, because Wolfenstein 2 is great.
Sure.
Elder Scrolls. We know Elder Scrolls Online
Yep.
is having an expansion released very soon. I didn't get the date of that, though. I think it's...
Available now.
Available now, okay. It's
Available
available
now,
now. It's already
summer
available. Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Legends, the card game, actually just switched developers.
Oh.
This was big news. They said, we're going in with a different direction. They praised the work that had previously been done. All of that stuff is kind of staying the same. They're making some tweaks, but they're kind of going in a new direction with a new developer. So I expect a lot of Elder Scrolls Legends.
You don't think they would pause on it since they just switched developers to like let them do whatever they're gonna do and talk about it more next year or something?
Yeah, they can do that. I can see that. Would anything get you hyped for Elder Scrolls Legends, or is this kind of in its own space and it's just existing? Just another card game?
That second one.
Yeah. It's a card game, man. Like,
Yeah.
we've got Hearthstone, it's fine.
Gwent.
Because we played Elder Scrolls Legends when it first came out, and we
Yeah.
liked it.
I liked it.
It's solid.
And playing Gwen, I really liked it. The problem with card games is investing in them takes a lot of time.
Yes, and
it
money.
takes a lot of it either takes a lot of time just to get the cards or a lot of money that you'd be willing to spend. That's the problem for me. Is like I played Elder Scrolls Legends, but then it's like I'm staring at a chasm, and it's like, do I want to jump down? No, I've done that. I'm good. Yeah. So it's nothing against Elder Scrolls Legends. It's just hard to make that commitment, I think.
That was me with Gwent after I bought, in the beta, I bought like some cards, and then I was just like,
Gwent is so
I
good,
played it
though.
some more, and then I was like hovering over the buy button a few weeks later, and then I was just like,
No.
nah, I can't let myself go down this track.
Pie in the sky, Elder Scrolls Online and Elder Scrolls Legends combine, and you can play Legends in a pub. Like
I was always like, why hasn't WoW done that yet?
Yeah,
That would be pretty cool.
Let me do that, Blizzard. Let me walk into a tavern, sit down at a table, and challenge someone to Hearthstone.
Play
So
some-
we have
yeah,
two
that'd be
games that can
great.
destroy your life. We've decided to make them one game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've decided we weren't taking enough of your time and money.
All right, that's Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls 6, everybody. Let's go there. Let's go. We're
Let's
going
go
there
there.
because we're running out of things to talk about here with Bethesda. We're almost done with everything. Elder Scrolls 6.
Next year,
Brandon Jones is like deep.
Next year announcement or
breath
next
right
year
now.
coming out?
announcement.
Okay.
What about a quick tease and a title?
That.
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nope,
What are
not big enough. Releasing tonight.
Yeah. Shut that
Okay.
They better shadow drop something. I'm dying over here.
I don't want them to announce something too soon. That's the worst. And like, I think a lot of publishers have gotten smarter about that. And I think we're moving out of that era. But there's something, I don't know. There's something weird about Skyrim. It kind of reminds me of like a Grand Theft Auto or something, where it just seems like one of those series that people have gotten used to the fact that it takes a long time. That like this is in the cooker, and we even just we heard from Phil Spencer earlier today. He was like, we're working on the next Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty casually just mentioning that.
it's not a surprise. Like we
Right.
know that's happening. Like we know, Skyrim's been released like 5,000 times. So like it's not like we are going to get another Skyrim. Like that game is. We are going to get another Elder Scrolls. That game is on the way. But I think just a concept for us to chew on, just some kind of, much like in like Dragons was first introduced in the Skyrim. That was kind of one of the things. Wow, can you imagine that, an open world RPG where there's just dragons flying around that you got to deal with? It's not like a specific boss fight. So it'd be interesting to see, picking a corner of the map, maybe even pointing you in any one specific direction. Have we covered everything now? Is there any like kind of
There's one
uncharted
more
territory?
thing. Oh, for Elder
No,
Scrolls?
in the. I can't remember. I don't know if they ever named like the world.
The
Like
world of Elder
Cyrodiil,
Scrolls.
Daggerfall, and all that.
Tamriel.
Well, Elder Scrolls Online has.
Which one?
Or I think Tamriel might be the.
Well, in arena you
Everything.
can also go everywhere as well. So
So yeah, I don't know.
but I mean,
They'll
like,
just be like a new place. I don't know.
yeah.
Go back to Morrowind.
What race would you want them to focus on specifically?
The Khajiit.
the
like
snake
the
people.
is
Those
good.
are the
cat
tigers,
people?
right? Cat.
Oh, the
yes,
cat
correct.
people.
They've always been second-class citizens, I feel. I want to know where they come from.
We just did this with Elder Scrolls Online, but I'm cool with going back to Morrowind, please. Thanks.
Morrowind.
Yeah. But like you said, they just did it with online, so
They
it's
did,
like,
yeah.
was there?
They
online,
probably
yeah.
wouldn't do it if it...
Can we expect something Skyrim related tonight? Are we gonna do it again? Are we going down the Skyrim?
done. There's
Skyrim,
nothing-
nope. Skyrim on your phone.
I was just.
Yeah, never count it out.
Never count
They're
it
going to
out.
announce their streaming service.
count
Yeah,
It's
where
the
you-
only app you can have on your phone.
Yeah. The only app.
It's
yeah.
80 gigs.
It eats all the other apps.
Yep.
So, Brandon Jones, odds of
And I'll play it again.
odds of anything Elder Scrolls 6 tonight.
I don't think so. I wouldn't bet on it, but maybe I'm biased and like throwing all my rules out the window of like how I feel about marketing. But like, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't think like, well, we better see that game next year. I'd be like, oh, okay, that's probably a long ways off, but it's just fun to know it's coming. It's fun considering like how many other awesome franchises that Bethesda works on that we have gotten such great doses of recently, you know, like the one I'm assuming we're going to talk about next, and Wolfenstein, to get, you know, that treated so well as it has been recently. It'd just be nice to know that, like, this is in the cooker. It's just going to take it's going to take a while, but know that, you know, if it feels like we're kind of running out of projects where we've done a couple sequels to stuff, and or we could just get crazy new IPs. I mean, that's another thing. Like you said, that your list is relatively short compared to some of the other press conferences that we've had so far. And I would not be surprised if they've been working on something crazy, because I think we're just at that point in this generation where a lot of these fun Sucker Punch, you name like all these companies that are just like, finally we can come out and show this fun thing we've been working on. I wouldn't be surprised if there's just some sorry camp in the back of Bethesda who's just had to keep quiet for a really long time, and then finally gets to come out tonight at the very end and Beyond Good and Evil to it, and just like, ta-da, like,
in line with that, I had the weirdest thought, apropos of almost nothing, but sort of in line with them resurrecting Fallout, you know, taking that over. There's a game by an old company that I don't believe exists anymore in any way, Troika Games, and it was published by, I just looked it up, published by Sierra, but Arcanum. Of Steamworks and Magic Obscura.
I remember you always talk about
I
this.
love that game, and I think it would be actually a weirdly perfect fit for Bethesda to just like
poor Damiani.
you don't have to find B-roll of Arcanum. It looks like Fallout 1, but with wizards and crap.
Can we please, at some point later in our coverage, probably tomorrow, can we all congregate and like troll Damiani with the most bizarre footage announcements, and then like the moment you can tell he's almost got it, we move on.
Damiani, we're going to be talking about BMX Triple X, please.
The Flintstones too.
What was that game on Engage? I can't remember. What was it?
It'd be a perfect fit, though, I think.
There was an Elder Scrolls game on Engage.
Was that the game you saved right when you died?
I saved it after I died,
Was
yeah.
that?
So I could load a game where I was just a dead body.
I listen to you.
Thanks.
Sometimes.
Last but not least, save the best for last. The Evil Within 2.
What?
Dude, we didn't even talk about Doom, did we?
We're getting there.
You just said last but not least. You literally just said last but not least.
I think, I accidentally put Doom with Fallout 4 VR for some reason, because they had the Fallout VR.
Right.
So I apologize.
No worries.
Second best for last, Evil Within 2. We will get to Doom.
Well, wait, that means you think Doom is better than Evil Within?
For Brandon Jones, he looked at me like, what are you, crazy?
Oh, I just know Doom was. I think that's like the number one thing people are excited about that we have hadn't. And that's actually my question for the table if we're going to talk about Doom. Sorry, we're talking about Doom.
We're talking about Doom. Let's do it.
Yes.
Do we have any other tease other than that'd be nice? Like, do we have to
absolutely not.
tweeted
No.
anything or
No.
nobody?
No. I mean, the game
I called
ends.
Walmart Canada, and they
Doom
were
2
like,
could
I don't know,
potentially.
man.
They're like, what's that? Doom?
How about speed dial?
The game the first one ends where like there's gonna be a sequel.
Yeah. Totally sets it up.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
there we go.
Yeah.
I want them to do Heretic now. You got me all on the Heretic Hexen vibe.
yeah.
Do that!
With Doom, though.
Doom, please.
With Doom, the door to hell is open with DLC possibilities. Thinking of Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil, thinking of Wolfenstein and what they've done, Doom 2 is primed for some standalone, meaty, ripping and tearing DLC.
I think it's been too long, dude. Came out in 2016.
Yeah?
I think they come out with a Wolfenstein Doom crossover standalone.
BJ goes to hell.
I don't think
BJ goes to Mars and fights demon Nazis.
I don't think a Doom 2 is totally impossible, despite the fact that we have no evidence to base this on.
Yeah, no.
Because if you look at the development of Doom 2016, that was not a smooth ride.
Yeah.
It took forever. There was a lot of reshuffling, and
Carmack took off.
it was a long and seemingly torturous process. And the response to Doom 2016 was so favorable. I can imagine it's like, hey, we've got it. We're onto something here.
Yeah.
Let's do another one. Let's crank another one out. And
Hell on Earth, just like the original
just
Doom.
like
exactly.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
baby.
That'd be crazy.
Oh man.
I just need more. I just need more. I
Yeah.
just need more.
Just need
Just
more.
say more.
I think that we'd be
I just
okay
wanna
with
rip
that
and tear.
too. Like same
be okay
engine,
with
it.
updated textures, but like just
Throw
go
the
for
party.
it.
Like
Yeah.
lost levels even that have
Yeah, yeah.
no context whatsoever. Just like, here's a few levels.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I will take it.
If it doesn't happen, will you be mad?
No, not at all.
no.
Because
Okay.
we have no
Right.
baseless hype. right?
baseless hype.
I mean, yeah.
I'll be sad.
I'll be
I won't be
sad,
mad.
but I'm not gonna be mad.
Yeah.
No, not mad. I'm not gonna be. I just
angry.
A single
all I'm
tear will
saying
shed.
is Doom 2016. Like what? In my opinion, hell of a game.
Hell of a
yeah.
game.
That's all. I just want more.
Hell of a game.
Didn't even mean to do that.
Hell of a game. All right, for real now. Last but not least, The Evil Within 2 came out in October. I think it's another game. All these Bethesda games are just ripe for DLC.
This especially.
This is special.
Yeah.
This especially
This hasn't had
line up.
any yet, right?
has had none, and the first game
first one had
did.
like
Three
three.
pieces,
Oh, you're
yeah.
right. So you've had. All right.
Two big story ones, and then like a third kind of fun, wacky minigame type.
And
where you're
also,
the
I
keeper.
want to avoid spoilers if possible, but of
course.
when we did the Evil Within 1 DLC, we got to explore some other characters that maybe had a different perspective, or maybe some stuff going on in their past that we didn't get to see because we didn't encounter them until maybe a later date. You know, they might
I feel
have
like
an
you're so
emotional
close to spoiling
attachment.
something, Jones.
So yeah, I think there are opportunities for that where there's a lot of just opportunities for anything within the world of Evil Within. And,
There's one character in particular I would really like to see a
Yes.
perspective on. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like 3 characters, honestly. There are multiple characters that I would be happy to play as in a DLC. I think Sebastian can take a break from the DLC. I think that'd be the smart move. Focus on some other characters. I want it so bad, and I think it's realistic to
I do too.
hope and dream for some DLC.
And I really enjoyed Assignment and Consequence a lot.
Yes.
I thought those were both episodes were really strong.
really great length.
Yeah.
Very different thematically, and I just liked the impression that not only are you watching all these horrific things happening, going into this this world, but possibly other people that go into aren't perceiving the same thing that you are. And so if it was completely its own story, that would be really exciting. But if it also was kind of like a vision of the things that you did, maybe even upsetting some of that stuff, that maybe some of the accomplishments you achieved didn't actually happen. Also, there was a bit of deception too, where you were introduced to some characters that maybe their backstory was a little more complex than you thought, maybe their intentions were a little different than what you believed. And so I would be excited if maybe they even announced like multiple DLCs at once and said like they're going to be even smaller than the ones that we did. Maybe we'll do a pack where you can get them all, or maybe even one DLC where you jump from different characters in different sections.
I just had the craziest thought. I'm going to kill my brain with hype. Okay. The first two DLCs, right? Mm-hmm. Directed by John Johannes. He did so well that he then directed Evil Within 2.
I know where you're going.
What if it's the inverse and Evil Within 2 DLC is from Shinji Mikami?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday.
Well, what's he been up to?
Nothing.
He's been working on the
Chilling.
DLC.
Or
That's what
has
he's
he
been up to.
doing?
What more does the
Something
man need to
something
do?
else.
Legacy defines.
Yeah, let him be.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, I think it's a really cool idea. Here.
That is a fun idea.
Personal request. I hope we use the cat to save.
Yes, just the best.
I like that.
Oh, cat
The best
DLC.
save mechanic.
Cat DLC.
Playing as like an animal in this world, or like somebody's flashlight that just keeps getting passed from person to person. That's
What
real
if it's
weird.
directed by Shinji Mikami?
I know. Just dipping his toe back in. Oh, here's a little DLC. So awesome.
It could be
Take
like
a
those
dip.
teams that go into STEM or whatever, like those military teams. I forgot what they're called exactly. Their whole situation, like the STARS members almost.
Yeah.
There are also
Sykes, dude. I need
Yeah.
it.
Wait, the thing is,
multiple
this is called
villains
STEM,
that you
too?
could have as full DLC for Evil Within 2.
Oh my gosh, if you played as Stefano, oh no. That'd be kind of freaky.
Taking pictures.
It'd be freaky. Before we do Pie in the Sky Dreams, we always have to address Starfield.
Yeah.
Does this exist? Are we gonna hear the words Starfield tonight?
Love space lasagna. I mean, Starfield is the space game set theoretically in the far future of the Fallout universe. Is
Yes.
what I've heard.
With
It's all theorized just because they keep patenting the title or something. trademarking
And
the
there's
title.
some mystical god,
Sure.
some mystical godlike entity.
Because why not? There's
That,
spaceships.
yeah, and it ties it all Fallout, Elder Scrolls.
Yo, what?
That's the rumors, yeah, that it's like all connected.
So it's Chim in space.
You play as
There
Chim,
you go.
that's right.
We got there. We got there.
Dogs off the chain.
Oh no.
The dog's off the gym.
Well, what if we had Bethesda Land last year? That's like, welcome to the world of Bethesda.
Yeah.
What if like Starfield is like they come out and that's the first thing that they announce, and then every time they're bringing up another property, they're like, well, as you know,
It's all the
it's all,
dream.
it's all connected now.
It's all connected.
That would be.
You're like in a spaceship. Let's go to the
Hilarious.
Doom planet.
That would actually be kind of amazing if it turned out that all of their properties were in a shared universe somehow, being dreamed.
Here I would say yes.
Starfield.
Yes.
Tonight.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
All right.
happening.
What?
Is this real?
No, stop it.
This is Star Citizen.
Pie in the skies, everybody. From Ian on down. What do you want to see tonight? Bethesda.
Starfield would be pretty cool. Like a space game like that would be pretty cool. Pie in the Sky. I mean, besides Arcanum being remade,
I love that.
pretty bonkers. Like, give it the Fallout treatment. Yeah, I mean, any kind of shadow drop, any kind of huge new reveal, like something that makes that dwarfs Fallout 76, like that makes it totally. Like, we understand why they announced it 2 weeks ago, because we're like, oh, yeah, of course, you have these bangers over here. You know, there's no room. That would be cool.
Love it.
Now
Like
it
Fallout
kinda
76 is kind of just its own thing, and then it's
Right.
like, all right, here we have these huge announcements. Brandon Jones.
It seems like we've kind of reached the limit of their VR. You know, like they were like super hot on that, and when I went to their booth last year, it was like, all right, get ready. You know, it was like, okay, try this VR. How'd you like that? Okay, try this VR. Okay, here's another game, this VR. You know, it was like taking the Vive off and then putting the PSVR headset on and like trying all these different things. So it makes me wonder, like, is Dishonored a series that would be fascinating in VR? There's some teleportation like you do in VR. Would Prey be an interesting series in VR? You know, seeing all the little shadow dudes jumping
Prey
at you
VR
out of
would
your
be kinda
face.
great.
Dishonored.
Has this worked out really well for
Yeah.
them? Is this like a kick that they really want to run through and make a staple so that whenever they do a new game, like if we, you know, are lucky enough to get a Doom 2, when Doom 2 comes out, is it going to have a VR component like at launch? Or are they going to like work on those things concurrently? Are they just goofing around, or is that like an actual initiative that they want to apply to their other games? I don't know. Rage VR?
What do you want to see mostly, though? VR? That'd get you going if they were just like, yo, VR, VR, VR.
Mostly, I want Rage to not be annoying.
Yeah.
That's like my number one concern.
Yeah.
Like Skyrim, like Elder Scrolls 6 would be great. That would be like a nice little cherry on the sundae. But like, you know, are they looking at this right now, Damian?
It looks
Yeah,
like it has a huge potential to be annoying.
I just don't want this world to think it's cooler than it is. Like, I just want this to be fun. I kind of want to be able to like enjoy what Rage is offering at my own pace.
This
and I
is
don't
bothering
want, Yeah, I don't want to just
This
constantly-
live action trailer, it's like they already do think that,
Yeah.
that it's cooler than it is.
I like the game.
But I think you could also sell this world as like being kind of silly. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
right,
think.
right.
It gives it a playful vibe, even though it has the potential to be kind of annoying. But it's still honing in on the playfulness.
Yeah.
The insanity.
Cool nails.
All right, Brad. What do you want to see?
Doom.
Yeah, obviously.
I want Doom,
Yes,
baby. I
yes.
want a sequel. I want a high-budget sequel on Earth, dude. Carrying that story on with the corporation harnessing the energies of hell. I want answers, man.
More robots.
More robots,
That
more
robot
demons, more
enemy?
everything.
You know what I want?
More Doom guy lore.
I want more barrels. Quadruple barrel shotgun.
Quad barrel shotgun.
Quad
What
barrel.
about
Let's
what
go.
about dual wielding double barrels? Like solid double barrels.
Yes.
Like, boom,
Only
boom.
if he reloads
Yes.
like Max Payne style.
12 barrels, Hubert. Just a giant ring of barrels. You insert your arm into the middle of the barrels.
I'm so down.
Because the first game started entirely on Mars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and went from there, but
Yeah.
Earth.
Hell on Earth.
Hell on Earth, dude. Keep it going.
Love it. Doom 2. Please reveal yourself. Ben Moore.
Brad taking the words right out of my mouth. Not only do I want Doom 2, I want them to say it's coming out in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because we can't forget that.
Summer.
We cannot forget the Evil Within and Wolfenstein 2 being announced and released months later, and the
Yep.
same with Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. But those Evil Within and Wolfenstein, those are two big budget games that were announced and released. So,
It's the way to do it.
like, is 2 years enough
I
time?
don't
Two and a
think so.
half years enough time between Doom
Well-
and Doom 2?
I think it would be if they started on it like immediately
Yeah,
when they were
maybe.
like week 3 after release. They were like, it's a hit, go for it, you know, like, maybe.
Yeah.
And then, like, comes out in October or holiday.
Yeah.
Like, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not
If
not
they
saying it's
didn't-
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just one.
But yeah.
If they kept,
Yeah.
like, the same engine and didn't change anything.
I also, I mean, I want Evil Within 2 DLC for myself because I want to play it, but I also want it for you because like that's gonna be the big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it so bad. Anything Evil Within related at all will excite me. Anything. Amiibo.
A t-shirt.
Honestly.
Sebastian Amiibo?
Evil Within Funko Pops, and I'm hyped.
Oh no. No.
I just see a picture of you going into a GameStop being like, all of them,
All of them.
Yeah.
all of them.
Box them up. No, not just all individual ones. All the ones you have.
Every
All
single
the
one.
copies
I'm pre-ordering the Safe Head tonight.
Get
Yeah.
them out.
Yeah.
It is worth noting that Fallout Shelter was that was shadow dropped, right?
On iPhone
Yeah.
only.
On
but yeah.
iPhone. Can we expect some kind of mobile play here?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Why not?
Prey could maybe make a fun mobile variant. It's just a lot of, from an outside perspective, there just seemed like a lot of computers in that series. I don't know if there's a lot of research going on, so it could be like a prequel or something.
I never
like,
played it. Sounds great.
Please.
I literally all I can see in my brain right now is Funko Gears, like just
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and just imagining that like no Funko game. There's no Funko game. This is the first one ever in the history of this.
They did it.
This massive moneymaker that just goes to Comic-Cons and all this. It just sells so much. And Gears.
Gears is the
Gears
one.
of War. Yeah. These like little.
This popular toy
Toys.
franchise
Is
is
this
looking
new?
at
Is this-
all
what
of the
is this?
video game things.
No,
this is
776.
Oh, this is the
yeah.
Can you
first
imagine
one,
getting
yeah.
Lego Gears of War? Something like that. You're crazy.
I think a Lego Gears of War would be awesome.
Yeah. Could be hilarious.
Like just the way that they do the chainsaw gun and like the blocks flying out of blood. Yeah, it could be fun.
I love this trailer.
I do too.
This trailer gets me so hyped.
Just not sold on those faces.
the faces.
It's
you know.
Bethesda.
Yeah,
man,
it's like
fine.
yeah.
They do a lot of door loads and weird faces. It's fine.
If this is just like Ian, you've kept throwing around Rust, If this is just Rust, will that bum you out?
It'll bum me out, especially because the trailers just don't give me that vibe at all.
Yeah, not at all.
Like it's we have
But hey.
Fallout, and then all of a sudden like it's this.
It's not the first time hype trailers have been misleading, so
Yes.
who knows?
It would kind of be a We Happy Few situation.
Right.
Where it's
That's
like
a good comparison.
super cool trailer, and then the gameplay is just. And then, now they've gone back to the drawing board on that, hopefully. But yeah.
But
it
that's
would be
the,
weird.
that's the beauty of the pre-show, is you can be hopeful.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the
You could
best
be wrong.
time.
Hope doesn't
Just
die
hopes and
until you get
dreams.
your hands on it, and it's proven to be terrible.
It's always like whenever a press conference ends, I'm so bummed out.
Yeah.
The lights
When they
go
start
off.
that last speech, okay,
Yeah,
that's why that's
that wrap up speech.
Cyber, that's how you end a
Yes.
damn conference.
Cyberpunk is
took
just
away-
in the Bethesda conference. It's hacking into all of them from here on out.
That would be amazing if they just paid everyone. Yo, let us hack your conference, bro. Yes. Let us
my
hack
God,
your
that would be
conference.
funny.
They did something like Fallout 76, more like 2077.
Just Fallout 27.
We are 2 minutes away from the Bethesda press conference.
Or 0 minutes away.
Or
they
0
just
minutes.
waved.
Doom
I
is
think it's
in.
time.
Doom confirmed.
Doom it them. Here we go.
Doom confirmed.
30
seconds,
seconds.
baby. Just ignore it.
Volume max.
Yeah, crank it.
Damiani,
What's the
please.
first thing we see? Rage?
Rage.
Is there a way to turn the volume up on that
I mean,
phone
I can you
too?
turn the speaker up a little?
It says it's max.
No, he was lying.
Oh, there we go. Yo.
Tiny cars, what's up?
It's countdown right now.
Shinji Mikami.
Shinji Mikami walks on stage.
We're doing this again.
Yeah, we got this last year. But all right.
Sure, whatever. Didn't piss me
Hey,
off.
game developers are human beings.
It's very true. It's very true.
We come from different backgrounds, from different countries, We have different interests
Whoa.
and different points of view. We aren't all developers, but it takes all of us, every one of us, to make these games. A job we take very seriously.
Cute.
We try and break things and fix things that are broken. We keep
Not
the
bothering
teams happy
But
and
all right,
fed.
try turning off extensions or whatever.
We keep our fans happy
What's going on?
He wants to get rid of those 4
and at
buttons.
the edge of their seats. We keep the books balanced, discover new talent, and interact with our community. Most of all, we work together as old friends and new. What unites us is our passion for games.
What about that
Games
question
as
mark at
diverse
the
as the
top?
people who make them and play them. We're not just living the dream, we're creating it. We are all Bethesda Softworks. How may I direct your call? Mm-hmm. You can start the show.
I'm alright with it. I like that.
Yo, like shotgun exploding the guy in midair. Awesome. Yep. Oh boy.
Remember that crazy cutscene?
I remember so many crazy cutscenes.
Is that what he said?
That'd be sweet though.
It's like, my name is
And
what?
now, please welcome Bethesda's Global Senior Vice President, Pete Hines.
Strobe light in there, dude.
Yeah, like,
Blink 2.
in a tent?
Blade 2 confirmed. We are proud to announce a new Blade game.
Skipping right to Blade 2. Directed
Whoa.
by Guillermo del Toro.
Thank you
Guitar on
guys
stage.
very much. You sound good. I love you too.
That's what we're
You
not
look
supposed to
good.
do too, dude.
You guys ready to go?
Pete Hines, I love
Yeah, he's a
As Paula said, my name is Pete Hines, and I'm delighted to be back on stage for Bethesda's 4th annual E3 showcase. Now, we've got all kinds of surprises in store for you tonight, so whether you're here with us in the audience or you're one of the millions who are watching around the world, settle in, get ready for the very
Settle in.
best in gaming.
you. Settle in, chat.
Our theme this year is Create, and it's a theme embraced by our 10 studios spread around the globe, the incredibly talented folks who make the Bethesda games that you'll soon be playing. But as you saw in our intro video, it's not just developers. Everyone at Bethesda is a part of the team that brings our games to life, and that extends to all of you. Because we create the worlds, but you create your own adventures, stories, and experiences, and it's your passion for games that drives us every day to strive for excellence. The past year has been an exciting one for Bethesda as we released some of the best games of 2017. Games like Prey, Dishonored: Death of the Outsider,
That's like us being on stage.
The Evil Within 2,
He said it. Human.
Said it.
Wolfenstein 2.
Makes me happy.
We even released exciting updates for The Elder Scrolls Online. We brought full open world VR with Fallout 4 and Skyrim, plus Doom VFR, and we even released our first 2 games for the Nintendo Switch. So we were thrilled when Metacritic named us the top publisher in the industry with the highest overall review scores across all of our games. But tonight is about the future. We're here to show you where we're headed and the games that we're creating that you'll soon be playing, the worlds that you'll be inhabiting in the next year and beyond. So,
And beyond.
we're starting with a game that we announced a few weeks ago through our friends at Walmart Canada.
The first time. Pete did it. Good job, Pete.
Perhaps best known for their low prices and ability to keep a secret. So let's get things started with a look at Rage 2.
Rage 2.
It's a funny way to do it, too.
They've handled it beautifully.
Oh,
Andrew
What?
WK? Yes!
everyone's like, what?
Yes, dude.
My name's Andrew WK.
No, this is gonna be so ramped up. I love this.
Live
Are you
band,
ready
dude.
to rage?
Remember what I didn't want from Rage in the press conference?
Dude, Andrew WK, I want it. Guy's a maniac.
Are you ready to rage?
Getting everyone
Everyone's so confused right now. I
Ready
love it,
to
dude.
rage.
set the tone, dude.
Have some fun.
I don't know much about him.
He's inspirational.
He's a fun guy.
That's like a great way to describe him. Fun guy.
This is like the official Rage 2 theme.
This tone is so funny.
Everyone's just like, what?
Andrew,
Is that Andrew? Yeah, that's Andrew.
This is your time to pay. This is your judgment.
I'm kind of into it.
Yes, this rules.
We shoot without a gun. We'll take on anyone. It's really nothing new. It's just a thing we like to do. You better get ready to die. Get ready to die.
What the hell?
Oh, you know what, man? If I was running this show, I'd be like, find people that don't like it. Find people that don't like it.
Five people are like, what
Lights
the
are
hell?
flashing in their face. They're just stunned.
Wait, are people on both sides of this? Stage? It's so weird.
Okay, the only way I'll accept this is if Pete Hines comes out after and he's like, Rage 2, everybody, Rage 2. Okay, so the thing about Legends is,
I hope they don't show any gameplay of any game.
Yeah,
We're in the WK,
the whole time.
and they keep showing audience members like, what is happening?
it's like a bunch of different bands and like their impressions.
Foo Fighters comes out,
Yeah.
and it's like, here's our interpretation of
It's really dramatic
Elder
Elder Scrolls violin
Legends.
solo.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, whoa.
So wait, they flipped and this is Devolver, right?
Yeah. They didn't want to get shown up.
He double booked. He's gonna be involved.
Yeah. Good payday.
Yeah. Getting paid.
This is so bizarre.
This is really bizarre.
Like, I thought he would like, they would show games.
Guy wearing sunglasses.
He put those on.
I think you have to wear sunglasses in this press conference.
Oh my god. There are people on both sides. It's so weird.
I wish we had Kyle's hot take.
Oh yeah. Kyle would be
What is
hating
Kyle
it.
about to think right now?
Probably shaking his head.
Yeah.
What if he's like mouthing the words?
Yeah, he knows Is this a new song or an old song?
Oh my god, those awkward smiles.
I thought there'd be like game footage or something
Yeah,
going along with the song.
something.
Yeah.
But it's just a stone cold performance.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. That's Rage 2. Thanks, everybody.
You just leave.
Are you not entertained?
Okay. Good ovation.
Let's give it up again for Andrew WK, the perfect song for Rage 2.
Why wasn't that in the trailer then?
Yeah. Whoa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tim Willits, and I am the studio director at id Software.
And I'm Magnus Nedfors, game director at Avalanche Studios.
Man, he's
So tall.
Easy
And we're
alliance.
here to say
Viking.
that Rage is back. Now, we had a ton of crazy ideas when we started planning Rage 2. And we needed the right studio to bring our vision to life. Now, we've admired the open world
needs to tone it down,
chaos
to be
in
honest.
all of Avalanche Studios
You
games.
got it, Willis. You can do it.
And
you can do it.
as we're about to show you, they delivered big time.
Kennedy stall.
Good one.
Well, thank you, Tim.
What's happening?
I'm nervous.
Read your prompter, dude.
I'm nervous.
What was the video supposed to go?
Teleprompter.
Speaking for everyone at Avalanche Studios, this is really a dream to come true for us. The world of Rage 2 is
worst, man.
perfect for our style of gameplay. But even more exciting than that,
He's
just
terrified.
work with
He's
these
scared.
guys that did software.
Yeah, I'd be terrified.
These guys invented
I'd be
the
terrified.
first-person shooter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good nod right there. Cool. Good praise.
And they still make the best shooters out there.
Legacy.
So it's been a really great collaboration to bring you the most insane open world shooter you have ever played.
Bold
So
claim,
Rage
Jones.
2 transports players into a dystopian
Lot
future,
of bold claims so far in this press
devoid of
conference.
society,
Yeah. It's bold.
law, and
Yeah, they're
order.
going
Now,
hard.
you play as Walker, the last ranger of the wasteland.
Walker's
Now,
Ranger's Ranger.
not-
you and
Every
I can
time.
talk
How
all
could
night
they have done
about
this? Wacky, dude.
guns,
It's range, it's wacky.
the powers you'll use, the vehicle combat, and of course, the crazy open world. But I know that you are here to see the game. Well, not only do we
Here's
have
NRWK.
Rage 2 playable
three more
at our booth at E3,
Very cool.
but we've got for
Demo
you
playable.
an extended
At E3.
look at the world and gameplay of Rage 2. Let's check it out right now.
Give a demo to us all.
Playable though, fun.
Asteroid on a collision course with Earth. Global extinction event.
80% of the Earth's population dead.
God turned his back on humanity long ago. It wasn't a war. It wasn't global warming. It was a fucking asteroid. I was born in this shithole. Parents murdered. An orphan of this wasteland. An army of mutants killed everyone I ever loved. All that's left is hate, fear, and the need for survival.
Tone shift.
No, we'll get jolly.
You see, part of growing up was watching everything get taken from me. I stood by, did nothing. And now, I'm the last ranger of this wasteland. And there's only one thing left to do!
Have fun.
Hello, E3, and welcome to the world of Rage 2. In a moment, we'll dive headfirst into the Eden spaceport mission, where Walker, our main protagonist, is out to find a rare artifact that will aid him in his quest to take down the Authority.
You can go there?
Yeah, you can go there.
Doctor, I'm approaching the Eden Space Center.
Ah, yes, I forgot to say. It might be overrun by bandits.
John, look where open worlds have gone, dude.
You must likely slay them first
Jones
before
hates it.
pulling
Yeah,
down
Jones
the
isn't into
Eco
it.
Wait, sorry, what?
from orbit
Look where
and
open
securing the
worlds have
untaken
gone.
No, I know, yeah.
Crazy.
And there's so many of them. They're so prolific right now in the genre. Feels good.
The driving looks better.
Yeah.
Doctor, made it to the Space Center.
Keep your wits about you, Walker. The goon squad may look whimsical, laughable even, but believe me, behind their playful appearance, they are very, very dangerous.
Oh, you got magic powers?
Just tech.
Yeah, like a
Love me
grenade.
some weapons tech.
I could shatter that down a lot.
Oh, that dash is interesting.
Dash
Yeah.
is super cool.
Drugs?
Drugs.
Oh,
Shotgun.
hyper mode.
Oh, God.
It sings. Rocket, rocket, singing songs to the...
It mounts on the wall. It's motion sensor activated. It's the rocket that
Pre-order
crusher
bonus.
docking acting, and it can be yours wild and flat. Rage.
I see what they did there.
Funny.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. Clever.
Alright.
Clever.
Yeah, that's gonna be really useful.
Oh, that talking head.
Was that it?
No, the grenade.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez. Come on, Bethesda. Get out of here.
Carry your way to the EcoPod mission control of the 3rd floor.
That woman stopped talking.
Titan punch.
So I think that's where the juggle comes in.
I like that wind stick a lot.
Well, not many shooters have that. You know, it's like grenades. I think was like the beginning of the that secondary thing to have, but you inevitably run out of those. So it's just nice to always have something I can check out in the world.
Initiate the recall
Inside the environments, dude. Like the first one. I love that.
Recall sequence approved.
Okay.
Yeah. Ironically, this is kind of like reminding me of the ending.
Hey, I was just gonna say that actually. Yeah.
Upgrade one.
Yeah.
It's down. The EcoPod made it.
I know, and so does the Authority. Hurry, get the untainted nanotrites and get out. Also for you, there is an
Sounds
extra
like Renee Auer.
something that will make you a veritable superhero.
Elevator's still running.
Can you fly? What?
The shapeshifter guy from
Looks like Ranger
Deep
Walker's
Space
gonna
Oda.
get a bit of a boost today.
Sounds like that actor.
Ability. Shatter.
Drugs.
Shatter some people.
Just like the doc said.
See that shatter.
Holy shit!
Yeah. I like how they're popping in. It's fun.
Seems good looking combat.
Yeah, the effects are very colorful. Yeah.
Bulletstorm.
I have so much Bulletstorm for sure.
Yeah.
I love his helmet.
Yeah.
Super Mario World vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a song.
He's blocking him with the sword. You see that?
I think it looks fun.
Oh yeah. Just a good time. And you think about how serious the beginning of the trailer was?
Right.
Like, I feel like it was saying we're not that, you know? Spring.
Or maybe your guy is pretty bitter
Serious.
and down, but the world around him is chaotic.
Yeah.
From Bethesda Softworks, Christian Van Hoos.
Christian Van Hoos.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Christian Van Hoos, the community manager for The Elder Scrolls Legends. For the past year, we have taken what I think is the best
that
digital
go?
card game
All right.
and made it even better. New cards, new modes, new ways to play, and much more. But we wanted to push ourselves even further, so tonight, I'm thrilled to announce that we will soon be relaunching The Elder Scrolls Legends with brand new, totally overhauled visuals. I'm also very excited to let you all know that Legends will be available later this year on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
Give me that switch.
But there's no reason to wait to play the game that Apple awarded Best of the Year in 2017. Download The Elder Scrolls Legends for free and join me tonight on PC, mobile, or tablet. And any progress you make in the game will be carried over to the console versions through your Bethesda.net account.
Love that stuff.
And now, let's take a look at the future of Legends.
There was
and see why
applause,
this
but
isn't
that was
just
pretty
my
mild
favorite
as far as
card
this press
game,
conference goes.
but will soon be yours as well.
It starts small. One game is all it takes. But Legends never stay simple, never stay small. This is action. This is story. This is competition. This is easy to pick up. This is hard to put down. This is a 5-minute train ride. This is a 5-hour marathon.
What?
This is for any way you play. This is for anywhere you play. This is for strategy fans. This is for those who want magic at their fingertips. This is for those who want dragons at their command. This is a game where legends are born.
You gonna download that, Damiani?
This is for you.
Damiani's in.
A strategy card game.
Okay.
From ZeniMax Online Studios, Matt Fyrer.
Thank you.
Oh, this guy's so jolly.
Thanks, everyone. I'm Matt Fyrer. I'm the
Last
game
year,
director
I
on the
remember.
Elder Scrolls Online. Thank you. Before I get started tonight, I just want to do a shout out. It was really great. We started the showcase tonight with a video highlighting the really talented people that work behind the scenes to make all of these great games possible.
God. Okay. All right.
So standing here on stage, I'm representing a whole
can't
lot
all
of
be
amazing
Microsoft.
people at ZeniMax Online Studios that I go to work with every day. It's a great honor and privilege. So I go to work with them every day, but at night, I go home, log into Elder Scrolls Online, and I get to play games with you guys, the best gaming community in online gaming. We are such big fans of what we do. We play the games just as, we make them, and we play them just as much as you guys do. It's what we do. So you might not know it, but we're right there alongside. I'm playing there with you. I'm running dungeons. I'm exploring Tamriel, questing, crafting, decorating my house, PvPing, stabbing. Yeah, that was me.
Stabbing, dude. I knew I loved him.
And I'm really humbled to
Call
say
it
that
out
the Elder Scrolls
stabbing.
Online community just keeps getting bigger. We're over 11 million players now. And over 1 million of those came in just the last year alone. So last year was really great for us in a whole lot of ways. We were named MMO of the Year
So many applause
for the
breaks.
third
Oh my
straight
God.
year.
There's a round of applause breaks. Yep.
We released Morrowind. A lot of great DLC,
Three more
and just
words?
last week we released Somerset, the latest chapter in the Elder Scrolls Online. It's been received with great critical acclaim. Everyone loves it. You get to travel to the island home of the High Elves for the first time in 20 years. It's great for new players.
Cool. I mean,
If
Morrowind
in the off
rules,
chance you
huh?
aren't playing Elder Scrolls Online, this is a great chance to
Don't
jump
have
in and play.
Don't have any. Morrowind's
And of course,
sweet,
all you
huh?
veteran ESO fans are already there. But we're not done there. We make DLC every quarter and chapters. Content comes out so regularly for Elder Scrolls Online. We're already working on our great plans for next year. But before that, the next DLC coming out is a dungeon DLC named Wolf Hunter, based on werewolves.
Okay. Dungeon DLC based on werewolves? That's like perfect.
And later this year,
Morrowind.
we have a story DLC named Murkmire. We're going back to Blackmarsh. So you guys have all been asking for a deeper dive into Argonian lore and culture.
Argonians, that's what
You're going to see it later this year.
That
Overscrolls Online, dude. It's a really good game.
So there's one theme that runs through all of the Elder Scrolls Online's content, and that is great storytelling. From the launch game through all the DLC and chapters, it's really what holds the game together. But it's not just the stories that we as developers create for you guys to experience. It's also the stories that you create together when you play this great virtual world. So, I'm going to leave you tonight with a video highlighting just some of the amazing stories and memorable characters that you'll meet on your ESO journey. Thanks, everyone. See you in Tamriel.
Play this game more.
MMOs, man.
That's tricky.
Oh, whoa.
Accurate.
Word hag.
Guitars? All right, yeah. Sweeten the deal with some guitars.
Is that Morrowind?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just impressed with this game. I'm just impressed with it. You know, seems like regular updates, and expansions, like cool, meaningful expansions too. Each one's like
entire areas.
Yeah.
I just love the idea of digging into a specific race and culture with every expansion.
Totally.
And I want to ride that bug thing.
Slow start though,
It's unfortunate Rage 2 got leaked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that would have been pretty gnarly.
Out of nowhere, Rage 2, you're like, what?
Yeah. we were
Well, they said they were planning on teasing it before the
okay.
press conference. Yeah, I mean, that's what they said.
Got it.
Oh.
Where are we going?
Oh.
What's the stop?
Doom hallway, come on.
Yeah.
This looks very Doomish.
And that looks
That's
like
Doomish, dude!
We're in there.
What?
Hell on Earth, baby.
Save.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that is
100%, yeah.
10,000.
Yes!
Oh, baby.
Elder Scrolls Online.
They did it. Yeah, the new expansion. Doom, Hell on Earth.
Yeah, man. Cyberhuman's cool.
Yes!
Doom guy's back.
Yeah!
Load that double barrel shotgun!
Hell on Earth, baby.
Yes.
Show it.
That's a 2.
It's mine! Oh!
Here comes a 2, yo.
Ooh, wait.
Oh, what is this?
DLC right now!
Well,
Shadow drop!
Could be DLC, yeah.
Shadow drop!
Wow.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm Marty Stratton, executive producer of Doom Eternal.
What is it?
And I'm Hugo Martin, creative director on Doom Eternal.
In 2016, we launched our reboot of Doom and have been blown away by your support and excitement for the game.
I got you.
Thank you. In fact, it's a combination of your
Nintendo Direct
passion
doesn't have a
and
lot
our
on it.
team's
It
love of
doesn't.
making Doom
Not
that has
a little square.
motivated us to deliver even more.
Oh, really?
So we're back to announce Doom Eternal.
I can't get through a full sentence.
An awesome new sequel to Doom.
Sequel.
For the past 2 years, it's been so inspiring to hear you guys talk about what you'd like to see next. And I gotta tell you, we're right there with you. Like, you want the Doomslayer to feel even more powerful? Well, we got it. You want even more badass demons?
You got it.
Well, there are twice as many in this game.
What?
Okay.
What is that?
You want to see Hell on Earth?
Yeah.
Well, we just teased it.
Okay, you got me.
Just to show you
Creative
some of the
director.
things that you might not be expecting.
That's right, including a ton of features that we'll
Romance
have to
systems.
save for later because our team will be debuting Doom Eternal at QuakeCon this August.
All right.
Cool.
We'd
Tell me
love
the
for you to
QuakeCon.
join
Yeah.
us live in Dallas, or of course you can tune in online to catch all the fun. But until then, we want to thank everyone who continues to play Doom.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
That was it. That was him thanking.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
You did a very good
Yeah.
job
Sequel
thanking
to
me.
Yeah,
Doom.
thank you.
Yes.
Quake. Yes, Quake.
Okay.
Wow.
Doom 2, Hell on Earth.
Hell on
baby.
Earth.
I
They
can't believe
played
it.
right into you.
How's everybody
Eternal,
feel
though.
tonight?
What an
Pretty hype?
interesting subtitle. What does that mean?
It's got
Just like a
deep
little
meaning.
hype or like crazy
game as a
hype
service.
right
I mean,
now,
is
right?
it like something they just keep adding on to?
Yeah.
No, I think there's story
Thanks.
connection. Yeah, it's a
Hi.
story. Like the
Okay.
eternal
I'm Joshua
energy from
Boyle,
hell.
Okay.
community manager for Quake Champions.
It connects to Halo Infinite.
Thank you very much. Ever since the first Quake title was released in 1996, our games have been
make me
shaped
laugh,
by you, the players. Now that proud tradition continues with Quake Champions, which has evolved with community in mind and will always be the fastest and most fun multiplayer shooter, period.
The most fun.
You will go.
Bold claim.
Big
One in
goal.
35.
Claims all night.
And
You
that's
can just
not
make
the only
games. It's fine.
tradition that Quake's continuing.
It's okay. We're all just out here making
These
and playing
days, we're
games.
hearing
you know?
a lot of talk about esports, but Quake has been there from the very beginning. In fact, we started hosting competitions at QuakeCon over 20 years ago.
Wow.
It's here for QuakeCon.
I'm so proud of all
And
of
this
you.
year, we'll
man.
expand on our legacy as the original esports with
believe it.
everything from
20 years?
intense grassroots
Doom
competitions
Eternal.
Oh, yeah.
to
Yeah.
major
Oh, yeah,
tournaments
man. You believe
at
it.
QuakeCon
Let it
and
in.
DreamHack Winter.
I'm just surprised.
I
It's just
really
cool
like
that they
teaser
do,
a lot,
you know?
man.
They super need a backlight for this guy.
We've been doing
Wearing
this
all
for a
black.
long time. And we're
Intentional.
continuing
Yeah.
to build with more competitions
face and
for more
hands.
players than ever before.
Pause for claps.
What players?
But I gotta tell you guys, we can't stop, won't stop until we've delivered a game that's fun for everyone. Whether you're a Quake dad or a brand new baby to the arena.
Quake
Is that what
baby.
they're called? Quake Dads?
That's why we just added a bunch of new features to make it even easier for you and your friends to jump in and get good together.
New features.
Yeah, it's not nothing was
We're still in
said.
early access, but tonight we want to welcome all of you into the arena.
But you gotta pay.
For this week only, we're opening up Quake Champions to everyone through a trial of our
Isn't it
free-to-play
already free-to-play?
version before it even launches.
No, it's just early access.
This is confusing.
Plus, if you get in and download this week, you can stay and keep playing Quake Champions for free even after the trial closes.
Oh, interesting.
So
That's
So
kind of
it
head
will
to
be free to play,
quake.com
but
and
it's
start
not out
playing with
yet,
me
and so you can
and all of
pay
my
to
Quake
get
family
access
tonight.
to the free-to-play version.
I think it's
The free trial.
It's a trial where
No,
if
the
you
free-
get
no,
in
no,
now,
no.
you got
There
it
is-
Don't miss
forever.
your
I'm saying
chance
before
to join
that-
one of the most passionate and welcoming
won't be
communities.
There was a
free
period of
anymore.
time where you had to
Now.
pay
Yes.
to play
For a
Quake
taste of
Champions,
what you'll be
even though
playing
it'll be free.
tonight,
It'll be free now
After
for
our
like a
showcases
Yes,
over,
now it'll be
limited
free.
time,
check
and
out
then
our
it'll
new
go back to
trailer.
paid.
But
Quake
this is
Champions.
what he's talking about. Is that's why he's saying you'll get a trial of the free-to-play version.
So hardcore.
Let's get crazy.
I'll never get a kill.
Sorlog.
We'll find out how tasty.
Oh man, I want to give him a chance.
Yeah, that guy's sick. Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I got rules.
Dinosaur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reptile.
The bigger the guns,
Dude.
the bigger the food.
All right.
Yeah.
I like the idea of pointing and shooting with your shoulder.
Sweet. Explosives expert.
I'm gonna flip you like a table.
Like a rage character?
Yeah.
I like her little boots. Her little like
Virtual boots? Like
skate boots.
Shadow the Hedgehog boots?
Ah. This guy's just straight up Quake. I love it.
I think this guy's just straight up you.
He's a shotgun.
Uh-oh.
Here comes trouble.
Uh-oh. Here comes trouble.
SpaghettiOs.
What, you guys not seeing this trailer? Huh? You guys not loving this trailer right now? What trailer?
For the record, I'm really proud of Bethesda. I mean, they're doing really good work at that publisher, am I right?
Yeah.
I don't want to make that a bit, I'm sorry. I just...
Bit made.
Pray. See, here we go. The good half.
But we got Doom, alright?
Yeah,
we got Doom.
Don't throw Doom
That
under
was
the
the
bus
start
like
of the
that.
good
Austin,
half.
Texas.
Oh no.
It's been 1 year since we launched Prey, and we want to send a big thanks to our incredible fan base for your support.
We've been so inspired by your passion and enthusiasm, and as a way of showing our appreciation, we're rolling out a huge free update for Prey tonight.
You're gonna see 3 new modes: Story Mode, New Game Plus,
Which was a big fan request.
and Survival Mode, which should be an interesting challenge for our most hardcore fans.
I mean,
But that's just the beginning. We are really excited
Yeah,
to tell
yeah.
everyone that we've also been working on a new Prey DLC, an infinitely replayable experience called Mooncrash.
It's a new twist on Prey
Mooncrash.
where the
Infinitely
enemies,
replayable?
hazards, and loot are all different each time you play.
There's your moon.
We're so excited. We can't wait to
Yo, what was it called?
Mooncrash?
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 I believe. Oh,
Here we go.
maybe.
Your answer is
a harsh mistress. The longer you're here, the harder things are going to get for you.
And it's when you decide to bounce out with your loot.
Yeah.
Dead or Alive? The theme song for
Good
this?
song, man.
Let's get to work.
There we go.
The Prey shotgun, by the way, is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, like a record.
Like a record, baby.
Love that shotgun. Glue gun height.
Is this an element of the original? The simulation stuff? No.
No.
Okay. It's a infinitely replayable DLC on the moon. Okay.
Levels detected.
Why do you stick stuff in your eyes?
Powers. Neuromods. Very intense.
Great song selection. Oh, I expected you to
This is my favorite trailer of this press conference.
Yeah.
I think this is a really cool mode.
Yeah. Totally.
Does it get to be the thing?
You can do that in the main
Oh,
game.
really?
Let's get to work.
Mooncrash.
Date?
They're working on it. Oh, available now!
Yes! Yes! There you go.
So they were working on it, and then they died.
And then
they're back.
Now they're
Now they're
dead.
back.
Oh, but
No.
here they are
Before we
again.
begin,
These
yes,
are mimics.
Mom,
These
I'm
are
still
mimics,
alive.
yes.
Okay.
No, I'm not a mimic.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha!
Wow.
Hang on.
She's a mimic. Gotcha!
I was fooled.
I don't believe it! They're mimics!
What?
There. I just want to make sure nobody tries to smack you because I
the
saw
aliens
Pete
become
Hines with a
stuff.
wrench backstage a second ago.
Thank you,
Her
Ricardo.
mom plays the game good. She gets it.
So,
Like all arcade
This is a
games,
rowdy
Prey is
audience.
about playing your own way,
They plied
and
this
Mooncrash
audience
is
with
no
alcohol
exception.
Before they started.
So you just saw a lot of cool stuff that's available tonight. But we're not done yet. We have one more surprise coming later this summer called Typhon Hunter.
Typhon Hunter is a lethal game of hide and seek, where one player goes head-to-head against 5 other players who
neat.
get to be mimics.
Dude, that's fun.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Just like in Prey, the mimic players can disguise themselves as everyday objects. So, things like a chair, a coffee mug, a space banana, whatever works. But definitely not a coworker, right, Susan?
Absolutely not. Probably
These are good
not.
jokes.
No. I would say that joke felt bad.
Anyway.
It's a tough crowd.
Typhon Hunter is a tense multiplayer mode that requires teamwork and
sounds
improvisation and a very
Really
high
fun.
tolerance for jump scares.
Group stream.
Before we go,
yeah.
I just want to say thanks on behalf of the whole team at Arcane Studios to all of our fans around the world who have played Prey and love it. We made this game for you, and we are constantly inspired by your creativity and enthusiasm.
Thank you so much, everyone.
So good.
So Mooncrash is available now.
Yes.
Mooncrash.
Nice.
Moondrop.
You go, Huber.
Don't know.
Please welcome Jens Mattis and Jörg Gustafsson.
Good job, Paula.
Let's get that Wolfenstein
Hello, friends.
Smash crossover.
I'm Jens Mattis, the creative director at Machine Games.
I really want to know that though.
And I'm
Unfortunately,
Jack
This final
Gustafsson,
smash
executive
is just
producer at
the
Machine Games.
laser.
Sure, Gustafson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Last year, millions of you took to the streets and sparked a revolution in Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. As BJ Blazkowicz, you rallied the American resistance, and you beat the living fuck out of those Nazis.
I sure did.
Yeah. You were correct.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for embracing our game.
Feels good.
We were honored to win Best Action Game
Fun time.
at the Game Awards last December. And we are excited to bring Wolfenstein 2 to Nintendo Switch on June 29th, so you can fight the Nazis on the go.
Nazis on the go.
And the Wolfenstein revolution continues with our next project, which leaps ahead in time to tell the tale of BJ's twin daughters.
Whoa, dude!
Set in the 1980s in Paris,
Yeah. Whoa, dude, this is
Wolfenstein
huge.
Youngblood.
Yes!
Story forward.
Dude,
yes!
That's crazy.
This is cool. Holy moly!
Co-op? Twin Brothers co-op?
And because this game features BJ's twin daughters, Wolfenstein Youngblood will be a co-op experience.
Sweet. Full breaker? Full breaker?
Absolutely.
Full breaker?
Absolutely.
So
Not like
while
that
you can
one.
play it solo, you can also join
Day
with a
zero.
friend to save the world together. The resistance is counting on you.
All right, Hollybos, let's check it out.
Yes!
All right,
what did he call us?
Horribles? Horribles?
So
Animals?
spoofs they do.
What?
80s German spoofs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Listen, children.
Yep.
I've been fighting all my life for this world. It never ends. They're gonna send everything they have at you. To survive, you have to embrace the suffering. To stand up and carry it. It's not about the pain you can deal. It's about how much you can take.
It's do or die, sis.
She's got the suit.
They
They
got
both
the
do.
suits. Yep, they both have the suits.
Yo!
Dude.
It's like one's sniper, one's brawler.
Looks
Sick.
dope.
Way in. Both feet.
Yep. Both.
Yeah.
Head first.
Jumping in.
Wow.
Is that it?
Hi.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
At Bethesda, we're proud of our history of innovation, and that includes breakthrough VR technology that we revealed at E3 2012. Since then, we've delivered some of the very best VR experiences in gaming, from Doom to Fallout 4 to Skyrim, and we're not done. 2 of the franchises that we just heard about are going to also offer VR experiences. So, when Prey's Typhon Hunter is released later this summer, you'll be able to experience the confinement mode that Susan and Ricardo were just talking
Bossman
about
has to be the
in
hunter.
virtual reality.
Oh my god.
We'll get you, Bossman.
Terrifying.
It will also include a single-player experience that puts you in the boots of TranStar employees working to solve puzzles aboard the Talos 1 space station.
Cool.
I'm also excited to announce a new Wolfenstein VR game.
It's a good crowd.
It's called Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, in which you play a hacker who can take over Nazi robots and turn these war machines against their masters.
Yes.
In our ever-ending quest to bring the message of fuck Nazis to everyone possible.
Never-ending. Oh, that's pretty good, dude.
Both the Prey and Wolfenstein VR experiences are playable this week at our booth at E3, so please stop by and give them a try.
Very cool.
Now, we are really excited about everything that we've shown here tonight, but I know there are a lot of you who are really here or really wondering about Fallout 76.
You got me.
I forgot.
And I'm pleased to tell you that your wait is finally over. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the recipient of numerous Lifetime Achievement and Hall of Fame awards. He's the game director at a studio that has won a bevy of accolades and awards. And he's here tonight to tell us what he and his team have been taking so damn long to tell us all about. Will you please welcome my very good friend, Mr. Todd Howard?
Yeah. I was hoping like as a joke would be Todd Howard. Like,
Rockstar, dude.
Hey guys.
You think the people on that side were told they're on the bad side?
That's an interesting
I
setup.
wonder if it's like based on whether it's family and friends or something on that side.
Looking good. Oh, it's great to be back at E3. Thank you so much. I could not be more excited to be here. I want to thank all our fans who came out tonight. And the millions of you watching online. We can't thank you enough. This is actually my 25th year at Bethesda. And I have seen a lot of cool things in that time. I gotta say, tonight is definitely one of them. I got to go to the very first E3 right here in Los Angeles. I know, they're so cute when they're little. They're full of energy and life. And then, remember when little E3 ran away from home, went to Atlanta? Yes, a lot of you didn't come. I liked Atlanta, or East Coast. And then E3 went through the moody teen years and came back and locked itself in its room. Remember, it was in the convention center, but just in the meeting rooms. They didn't invite anybody. And I can remember literally walking between the halls and seeing nobody.
Yep.
I was like, this is how a zombie movie starts. And now E3 has grown up, it's in its 20s, it's more confident, can handle its alcohol better, like all of you. Thank you. So there's a good party after this, so pace yourselves. And I hope you're comfortable, by the way. I'm going to be here for a while. And E3 has become such an incredible week of entertainment, but we know that most of you came here for one thing.
Evil.
That is so funny. Juju. Elder Scroll.
I think it's to see where we're putting Skyrim next.
All right.
You jinxed it.
There we go.
Well, I think we have the best one yet.
No.
It's on your phone.
The
Skyrim
Elder
2.
Scrolls speak of the past and the future. Now, Skyrim looks to the future,
such a
to
dumb
its
parody,
ultimate
yeah.
version.
Lava.
Alright.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
Alright.
Wait, we already have Switch.
Alexa, play Skyrim.
You're level 57 and see a tall snowy mountain.
Climb it.
Now.
All right.
I didn't catch that. I didn't quite catch that. Your shout echoes all the way to Sovngarde.
What happened?
Fusroda. That's the command for knocking things over.
Is there a command for picking shit up?
Haven't reached that level yet.
I'm sworn to carry your burdens.
Ooh.
The dragon unleashes fire breath on you.
Okay.
You have 7% health left.
Oh shit. I drink a health potion.
You are out of health potions.
Oh,
I mean,
how many
this is
cheese
real.
do I have left?
You can play D&D with the light.
73.
Okay, I eat all the cheese. I eat all of the cheese.
Hey, hun. Remember what the doctor said about dairy?
Yes. Right, yes, of course. You're the greatest. Thank you so much. I eat all of the cheese.
Introducing Skyrim, very special edition. Also coming soon to Etch-a-Sketch,
Okay.
Motorola Pagers, and your Samsung smart refrigerator.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's fun as well. I really like it. That's funny. I really like it. Kyle's not laughing.
Had to do it. Had
Stone
to do it.
face, Kyle.
Okay,
Feels
really.
nothing.
We both know why you're here, and that's to talk about the next Fallout. Fallout 76 is a prequel to all the other games, and it's our biggest one yet. It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
Please reference me, Ken.
Set in the hills of West Virginia, you are one of the first to emerge into an untamed and very different wasteland.
Same trailer?
Same trailer.
Same trailer, guys?
They'll redo something.
They'll have like a 30-minute gameplay after
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No, don't do it.
Yeah, maybe don't do the same one.
Don't do it.
This press conference, you guys. Oh man.
Worse than last year's?
And these are all exciting games, you know? These people are great, and these games that they're announcing are great. Oh boy, I've never seen anything like it. They said there's one reason you're all here 4 times. They called out to the audience, we know you're excited to see us announce this 4 separate times.
We gather together to
And they're
honor the
replaying
completion.
the trailer.
And they're replaying a trailer we saw today!
A lot of patting themselves on the back.
There were no press conferences between this. Nothing happened between this and the other press conference that showed this trailer.
We had Game Explain here. That's pretty cool.
It's true. That was pretty cool. That was a heavy burden we had to carry. Oh,
I'm just thinking about Doom Eternal.
Like if they played in the background when he came out, that'd be one thing, you know. If like he was talking and it was like, hey, okay, you've seen this already, but like
I think they're sucking the energy
to
out of
go
it, a
full
lot of it.
screen.
Yeah.
It's a good song, though.
It is a very good song.
See, seasons. They got seasons. We have fall, a little winter here in a second. There it is. Walking.
It is a good song. It is a good song.
But this also speaks to me of just like a last minute deal, you know, like they were planning this for their press conference, and then, you know, Microsoft reached out and they're like, we don't have anything extra. I mean, I guess you can premiere this, but we're going to be showing it again.
Phil slipped in the 20.
Microsoft version didn't have hashtag V3 and it didn't have those 4 white boxes.
It didn't have those 4 white boxes. I'm
Didn't have the
curious
4
to see
white
how
boxes.
those develop.
When the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled.
If they stop this and Todd Howard says, hey, how about that gameplay? I'm walking away from the set.
But hearts, minds,
If he calls for applause
and
after this trailer,
ultimately,
it's over.
America
He's going to.
itself.
I hope that happens.
I mean, they've called for applause after saying literally nothing. Like multiple times.
Vault 76,
They're
our
definitely
future
gonna do a deep dive now,
begins.
Yeah, we'll see.
like for sure.
At least a medium dive, please.
Vault 76, one of the very first vaults to open, was built to celebrate America's tercentenary, which is an awesome word, by the way. Like, that's your word of the night, tercentenary. You are one of the very special few selected to be an occupant and spend 25 years underground waiting for Reclamation Day, the day the vault opens.
There we go.
Good morning, Vault 76. This is the Overseer. I hope you all enjoyed the party last night, even those who may have overindulged and overslept. But it's time to get up and get out there. We've been locked away long enough.
There's a lot of good there, man.
I think it's time.
I need to play the DLC.
Today is Reclamation Day.
Sinister sounding.
Finally!
Yeah, it's like weird because there's like nobody.
Never wake up. Don't you remember? Time to leave the vault. Most of the others have already gone.
It may be time to leave, but I'll never forget the day you all entered Vault 76. You come from every walk of life, every race, color, and creed. But you all share one very important trait. You are this country's best and brightest. But more importantly, you'll always be my family.
Goodbye. Aloha. Ciao.
I love this moment. You know, we're all just watching this together for the first time. It's so exciting. I just love it. It gets me so hyped. You know, just watching Bloodworth watch it is like awesome to me.
Scarf and a pizza.
Yeah.
Put a pizza down.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just so good.
We always start with the world, and this time it features all new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology. It allows us to have 16 times the detail and even view distant weather systems across the map. Now, most people don't know West Virginia that well. It is an incredible array of natural wonders, towns, and government secrets. This is where the actual nuclear secrets are.
Seriously?
And the quest the Overseer sends you on will take you through 6 distinct regions, each with their own style, risks, and rewards. There's plenty of cool new Fallout creatures, and we even use the folklore of West Virginia to bring our Fallout versions to life.
Huh?
Whoa.
Oh god,
Damn,
that is
terrifying.
No.
Horrible.
No.
Keep going.
Yo, these creatures.
Yeah.
What's that little guy?
I don't know.
We have always wanted to tell that story of what it would be like for you and the other characters who were first to leave the vaults. But there is one big difference with this game. It's that each of those characters is a real person. Because yes, Fallout 76 is entirely online.
Person in the audience.
Okay.
It's getting a lot of cheers.
I know. There's a lot, you have like 1,000 questions right now. So I'm going to go through them in order. Now, I'll hit a couple of the big ones. First,
I'm out.
of course, you can play this solo. All right? You'll be who you want, exploring a huge world, doing quests, experiencing a story, and leveling up. We love those things about our games too. It would not have it any other way. But also, like many of you, we have always wanted to see what our style of game could be with multiplayer. So many of us talk about experiences in our games, but we've never experienced them together. So about 4 years ago, we hit upon an idea that's perfect for Fallout.
From last year.
Open world,
It's just
survival.
Just
Every
children watching
person
Bethesda
and
content.
character is real. And it was an idea that we just couldn't shake. We knew we had to do it and do it in a really big way. Now, I know you may have played survival modes in like some of our previous games or some other online games, and people wonder, is this hardcore survival? I like to think of it maybe, it's more softcore survival. Maybe that should be a new ESRB descriptor. Death never means the loss of progression or the loss of your character. Your character isn't tied to one server. As a matter of fact, you'll never even see a server when you play. You'll be in a world with dozens, not hundreds and not thousands of other players. It's the apocalypse. It's not an amusement park, okay? And you'll be able to join your friends whenever you want, and all of your progression goes with you.
Good.
Okay.
Big deal.
All right.
Big deal. I'll take that for
When
granted.
we think about games, we think about worlds and the choices that you can make, the stories that you create and tell yourself. By creating a wide open world with very few rules, we have a game more than any game that we've ever done where the choices are yours, where you'll decide what happens. You'll decide the heroes and you'll decide the villains. Look, this is a whole new world for all of us here. And fortunately, our friends at Vault-Tec have made a series of informational videos for when all of us emerge together.
I gotta do it. Sure. That's a good call.
He's a great speaker.
Yeah.
Tell me how to mute.
Tell me how to mute one.
Probably.
As you venture out into this new American frontier, some of your fellow survivors may not be neighborly.
Oh, God.
Under attack. You get a reward. This is exactly what we were talking about. No map, I guess.
Oh, hard.
Chin up there, sport. Not all Vault 76 dwellers will be so hostile. Find them and brave the new world together.
Stay muted.
Whether you choose to explore the wasteland alone or with friends, your days will be filled with fun activities.
Run like a rabbit, fly like a bee. No matter what you do, you'll never get away from me because I'm right behind you, baby. Right behind you, baby. Right behind you, baby. You'll never get away from me.
Oh my God, yeah.
Your face up, now you'll have, no matter what you do.
Can you unmute me now, Gary?
Right behind you,
Kyle. Blood.
right behind you,
Tell Damian to go one ear. Oh,
Yes!
Oh, well, he should have
It's a grafting master.
Very interesting.
Weird game.
Like previous Fallouts, you can play this game solo in Quest. But the easiest way to survive in the wasteland is to team up and build together. And in this one, you can build wherever you want.
Nice.
And you can also then move that to wherever you want.
Ooh.
Can I build around
After
somebody's base?
thermonuclear war, man's towering industrial marvels may no longer stretch to the heavens. What separates man from beast? It is his desire to build. Get started with camps. the construction and assembly mobile platform. Construct your home of the future. With your home secure, you can now craft handmade ordnance at your leisure to give your altercations that personal touch. It falls on you and the ingenuity of your fellows to rebuild the America we hold dear.
Yeah, I know.
Really jolly.
Just logging in and being like, oh.
But don't become
Yeah.
too
He
attached
invented
too quickly.
Little
Monitor your
billiards room.
environment
Yeah,
for
thanks,
anything
Ian.
Yeah.
out of the ordinary.
Little idle animation, the guy was cooking or creating something.
Thanks for the new controller posting, bro. Really ties everything together.
The home of tomorrow may undergo certain challenges.
Scorched beast.
After a crisis, work with your neighbors to ensure success. There's no I in nuclear wasteland.
I'm really worried about how this game will run.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Document your adventures. Your memories will shape the new American dream.
I like that a lot.
What's that sound? Oh dear. There goes the neighborhood.
Can you nuke other people's...
Dude, if you can, that game's chaotic.
That's counter to
Yeah, we
rebuilding.
love dynamic game
world.
systems. So we thought, why don't we put multiple nuclear missile sites on the map?
Oh, God.
And then let all of you do whatever you want with them.
Oh my God.
Today's episode, Atomics for Peace. When you emerge from the comfort and safety of your vault, the world you know will have changed. Take your friendly
Oh my God,
old
there's gonna be
neighbor
battles
Johnny.
for those silos,
Rather
dude.
than coming over
I hope
to
there are
borrow a
factions
cup
who, like,
of sugar,
try to, like,
he may
disarm
now
them.
be coming
Keep
over.
anyone from using it.
Right,
for
and you just
murder.
build like defensive
The
turrets
time
around
has
so
come to seek
nobody
out
can come in.
greater means of
Call
protection.
themselves the Mads.
Nuclear armaments. That's right. Courtesy of your Uncle Sam, these wonders
us.
of the atomic
That's
age
us.
can be found right in your own backyard. But how does a fella like you acquire nuclear weapons, you may ask? Begin by inquiring with the locals. Gently coax them into cooperation. Use a little elbow grease if you have to.
So it's high level
Yeah,
stuff.
they're level 50. The other ones
you
were level
need
like
power
14.
armor to even get
Yeah.
near this thing.
End game.
You gotta find the
In the
thing.
likely event you don't acquire a full code on your own, do not give
Oh,
up.
interesting.
Search for others who might be harboring a grudge. You'll have that nuclear launch code
Negotiations.
in no time.
Insane.
With
This is
the
some
power
high
of the atom
concepts.
at your fingertips,
Ooh, even this is
be
getting a
responsible
little slog.
and consider your target carefully.
Oh my!
It shouldn't be funny, but it is.
Goodbye.
Oh my!
Dude!
Man, so the whole operation of like doing this thing, that's got to be great. Imagine if you're just questing, you know? Imagine just, and you don't even get hit by this, but you just see it in the distance, like, oh.
Whatever your target may be, take advantage of the resulting fallout to gather rare and valuable resources.
So that's how you get the best stuff, is by nuking
By
other
nuking
people.
someone? Gosh.
Yet these rewards don't come without risk. The fate of this new world is yours to command with the power of the atom.
Wow.
Insanity.
That's actually insane.
We know you've played a lot of our games and a lot of online games, but this one really is unique. We have built a platform, 100% dedicated servers that will support this game now and for years to come.
Now?
And look, we know this is new for all of you. It's new for us. It's a little bit scary. And to that end, we're going to need your help. Because yes, we are going to have a beta.
Can you imagine?
Right now.
And it is sponsored by our friends at Vault-Tec as well. the Break It Early test application. Because evidently these online games are hard. They can have some nasty issues. I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs.
Oh yeah.
I did. I read it on the internet, so it's true. And that sometimes it doesn't just work. Anyway, we know together that we are going to build something really special. And we also know that all of you love our special editions. And we have an awesome collector's edition for you. It starts with a map of the world that glows in the fucking dark. And it's great.
He's just looking at it.
It comes with figures you can put on the map. And it also comes with a Fallout collectible that really I've always wanted, so we made them for everybody to buy, and here it is.
A video.
Straighten up and fly right.
Mafia 2 right here.
Straighten up and fly right.
Power armor.
Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use of diving? Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top.
Is it Todd?
Oh, I thought he'd have it on when he came back.
Yeah. Yes, all of this, the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. So you're probably wondering, when is this game coming out? We're excited to say that it's coming out this year, November 14th.
July was an early guess.
Wow, even before the beta starts, still announcing that release date.
November
Bold.
Sorry.
14th.
Thanks again for all your support of Fallout. It's been 10 years since Fallout 3, our very first one. And it's been an incredible journey with all of you. We do have another Fallout anniversary that we are celebrating here at E3. It is the 3-year anniversary of Fallout Shelter, which we announced and released right here at E3. And we have some cool surprises for you. Fallout Shelter is coming to the PlayStation 4.
What?
And because that guy said it, it's also coming to the Nintendo Switch. You can play it with the Joy-Cons or touch controls. And yes, it's still free.
No Xbox? Was it already on Xbox?
No, it was not an Xbox.
That's weird.
Phil's pissed.
Yeah, what?
He's like,
I'm
I thought you
excited
want my
to say these versions are coming out tonight.
Yeah.
Love these shadow games.
Again, thank you so much for
Who's that
your
hit us?
support of all that we do coming here tonight. When we see how many of you our games have touched,
Shadow
it's
drop ready,
incredibly
Ian.
special.
I respect it.
Especially Fallout Shelter. That game has been played by over 120 million people. Incredible.
It's a lot of bodies.
That is more people than every game that we have made combined. Incredible. It does kind of make you stop and realize that our games can have new lives on any type of device or system. And you know, when we looked at the iPhone 11 years ago, we had a few ideas for mobile games. Fallout Shelter was one of them. And we did have another one that
Pixar
was
style.
far, far more ambitious. And we've been building it.
What does
And
that
it's in the other franchise
Fallout Pokemon
that you
Go.
love from us.
Skyrim.
It is called The
Don't
Elder
spoil
Scrolls
it for me.
Blades.
mean? This one's blades.
It's like Infinity Blade.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like Fallout Shelter, we wanted an experience that we were not finding anywhere else. Here it is. Blades, at its heart, is a pure Elder Scrolls game. A massive first-person RPG with console-quality graphics, but with a uniquely mobile experience. Believe me when I say you have to see this running on an iPhone 10. This gigantic screen does not do it justice. You can tap to move or use dual sticks. Combat is all new, and it follows your specific movements and timings.
Good.
Face that you're making.
Harkening back to the first Elder Scrolls Arena, this game features both handcrafted and procedurally generated dungeons. And it's not just melee. You have a range of abilities and spells you can use.
Bow. Give it a bow.
Give me that bow.
And of course, you can create your own character and be who you want to be. Improving them, leveling up, picking new abilities.
I'm in.
Yeah. I hope this shadow drops. My goodness.
And
I know, that's
the
what I'm hoping.
entire game can be played in portrait mode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That one was incredibly important to us, that you could play it however you wanted.
That's pretty.
You never know when you'll need a free hand.
It's kind of crazy.
To hold your coffee, what do you...
Yeah, I was like,
Degenerates.
what? What? Come on, Bethesda.
It's not just dungeons. It's incredible
They were all
outdoor
just,
areas.
He made a
Yes,
did
it's
cheap
running
version
on a
of it.
phone.
Yeah,
It
like,
really
fine.
looks and plays incredible.
It is weird how into this I am.
Ah,
I've
damn
got an
it.
Android, so.
Blaze has several modes of play. First, the Abyss, a roguelike experience where you can see how far you can go in an endless dungeon. And the Arena, where you will do battle one-on-one against other players. And the main mode, the Town. This is the hub for your story and quests.
So
You are a member of the Blades, the Empire's top agents. Forced into exile, you return home to find your town destroyed and need to rebuild it. Yes, Blades also features a town building mode. You'll decide what your town looks like and be able to upgrade and decorate all of the individual elements in it. As your town levels up, you'll unlock new NPCs, quests, and more. You can even visit your friends' towns.
Come on over, guys.
If I need Max,
there are a
I'll
lot
scoot
of
right by.
bears running
This
around? What? Out of the shadows.
Yeah.
Batman.
This is an Elder Scrolls game that you can play however and wherever you want. And we are going to bring Blades to every device and system we can.
There we go.
Phones, PCs, consoles, also virtual reality, on mobile, all the way up to high-end VR on PCs. And what's really cool is all of those connect to each other. So one of my dreams is we'll go back to that portrait mode, which I like to call meeting mode. Because if you're in a meeting on your playing a game, in portrait mode, no one knows you're playing a game. And so with Blades, you could be in a meeting playing Blades against someone at home in VR. Blades is coming.
I love how they started with their great company and the wonderful work ethic, and at the end he's like, "You just slack off, you know."
Yeah. Pre-order
And
them
you
now.
can pre-order it tonight on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Also, this week, go to playblades.com and register for early access. If you're here at E3, Blades is going to be playable in our booth.
Cool.
So please come by and check it out. You really need to see it running on the phone. We'd love to see you. Please come by. I just want to thank you all again, all of our fans here, everybody watching online, for all of your support over the years. It is so exciting to show you all that we have coming out this year, and it is an honor and a blessing to represent all of the incredible people at Bethesda Game Studios. We have 3 offices now in Maryland, Montreal, and Austin. There's a lot of them here tonight. I want them to hear your appreciation for their work.
Holy crap, devs.
Blades!
Yow!
Blood did not clap for that.
Blood's not clapping.
Just the best team and group of people I could ever hope for. Amazing. We also thought, since we're all here together tonight and it's so special, maybe we'd do something a little different too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
And tell you what we have coming beyond this year in the future.
Teaser.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Starfield.
We have also been working on
Heat up that
a
lasagna.
brand new next generation single player game.
Next generation.
Starfield.
He said next generation. Next gen.
He's been talking
is
to
in
Phil.
an all-new epic franchise.
New IP.
Our first wholly original franchise
Finally.
in 25 years.
Oh my god. Wow, they really do only do other people's stuff.
Literally, was the one thing I would be excited about. Is like they
We're excited to announce
not an existing
our
franchise.
next adventure.
For next
See this
gen,
PS5,
dude,
baby.
Like he said, this wait, you're gonna have to wait for this.
Yeah, oh yeah. 6 years.
Getting sci-fi vibes,
This
dude.
is so
Immediate
exciting.
sci-fi vibes.
Space.
Let's go, yeah.
Expanse.
Yeah, okay, I'm in now.
Dude.
I'm so in.
All right.
Ice Planet.
John Williams. Kubrick.
There it is.
Tis real.
It is real.
Tis real.
It lives.
Kyle hates it. Kyle's face.
Well teased.
Starfield is a game that we have spent years thinking about and working on. Something we feel uniquely positioned to pull off and that we're incredibly excited about. But we're also building toward the game after that. And it's the one
Yeah.
you keep asking about.
Here we go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's kind of trolling Starfield right there.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Dude.
Oh. Dang.
Just that. And that's it. The end.
The Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, the glider
Gold-
scrolls.
the Gold-
Next gen, though, dude.
See it
Next
4
gen.
years.
Yeah.
PS5 Elder Scrolls.
Yep.
Boy, the one after that.
Yeah.
After
4 years
the next
out.
gen
Yeah,
sci-fi.
after
Actually,
Starfield.
now I'm really done. I just want to thank you all for your time tonight, the time you've spent in our worlds. We'll see you out there.
Woo! You didn't say when the beta for Fallout 2.
He did not.
Seemed like he was going to.
Yeah.
Wait.
Can I get another round of applause, please?
You haven't had enough?
Another
Clap
round
for
of
us.
applause, please, for Todd Howard.
Toss it to Makami.
We only
Toss
get
it
him
on
up
over.
here like once every 3 E3s, but boy, when he shows up, he brings the goods. Thanks also to all of our studios and teams around the world who are so dedicated to giving our fans the very best games. If you're a gamer on any platform of any kind, we think we've got something for you. And I hope you're as excited about what you've seen tonight as we are, whether it's a new Fallout game, a new Elder Scrolls game from Bethesda Game Studios that you can play on your phone for free, Rage 2, Doom Eternal, and so much more. We're really excited. Now, remember, if you want to be one of the first to play Elder Scrolls Blades or join the Fallout 76 beta, you need to go to Bethesda.net and register. It's easy and it's free. For all of you here with us tonight, thank you so much for joining. The party is going to continue afterwards. For everyone else around the world, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone have a good night and a great E3.
All right.
They found the one sad guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Always end with a montage.
Love the closing montage.
Turn it off.
All about it.
Oh, you want to still hear it?
We're hearing it, baby.
Cards.
Love a good closing montage.
Drilling that dude in the ear was like pretty intense.
Yep.
Oh, the cartoon somehow made it more disgusting.
What's the Doom?
Doom Eternal. Straight up sequel. Yep.
Basically, Doom 2 Hell on Earth.
You want Hell on Earth? We just teased.
Yeah.
We just teased it.
We just teased.
What's this cool MMO?
That's Elder Scrolls Online. It's available now.
Co-op Wolfenstein.
Tell you what's not available now.
1980.
Fallout Shelter.
You said tonight.
Yeah, well, it's
You said
tonight.
now.
It's
You said
tonight.
Youngblood.
It's tonight.
When is that beta?
Got to sign up for
sign up to
Bethesda
see
net.
Thanks for watching. Alrighty.
Let's dive in.
Let's dive right in.
Dive right in.
The theme, they came out, they said, Pete Hines, the theme was create. Do you think they capitalized on that theme, Brandon Jones?
Not too much.
No.
They
was
created
kind of
a lot of
theme
applause.
for like graphics. Yeah. They definitely created some hype. They created some warm sentiment towards themselves. But
right. Devolver.
All right, so we
boy.
got things off.
off to a good start.
We got things off to a crazy start with
I'll listen to
Andrew
it and tell you if anything
WK
happens.
Yeah, that was so intense.
coming out, setting the tone for some weird vibes.
The tone was all over the place.
The tone
really
was
was.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And that's
Also,
the thing, is
it took
like,
forever to get started.
yes. I don't think, I really don't think I had a problem with Andrew WK coming out. He's a fun guy. I think he put on a good show. It just, the way that it happened felt a little bit awkward. It maybe felt like it went a little bit too long. It didn't seem like they had a smooth follow-up for after it. It just was a little bit awkward.
Dude, I thought he was going to be playing with the gameplay.
Right,
So
right.
they're like
I
saying,
think that
this is
would've
the perfect song to describe the game or something
Right.
like that. So they're just panning to shots of just dudes looking like
Although-
awkward and miserable. It was really funny for
Yes,
us.
Yeah,
that was worth it.
It was
That
very
totally
funny
worth it.
when they
Yep.
showed the audience just sitting there. But yeah.
Are we gonna go straight into Devolver? Have that in the bottom?
No, do your
or-
post show, dude.
I'll
Okay,
listen to it,
'cause
and if anything happens,
I
I'll
would
tell
like
you.
to see some trailers. Like I want to see that Rage 2 trailer again for sure.
I want to see
If
Metal
that
of
is
Chaos.
if that is possible.
Damiani's on it.
Awesome.
Give him a sec.
So Rage 2, they showed the trailer. The car traversal, the car combat, that just looked immediately better.
Yeah, it looked
Way better.
That was the initial takeaway. They showed some crazy weapons, some powers. Started
Those
off
grenades.
With, those grenades were awesome.
Yep.
Gravity ones, yeah.
It just had a really good pace to it. Well, the combat just had a great pace, and some cool new weapons. The wing stick, just the highlight. Brutal wing stick.
Absolutely brutal.
Jones, what do you think? Open world lover.
Yeah,
What
that
did
was
you
cool.
think?
There wasn't, for me personally, there weren't many like surprises here. It wasn't like, oh, they're doing that. It just kind of expanded on everything that they did. And I'm a sucker for showing off stuff like him immediately sliding the car into position and then hopping right out and going right into the mission. Then it kind of sped up, and like I could have actually just watched him go around and kick ass. Like I didn't really need these kind of jumps to run around to different environments. I was pleased. I mean, I think it seems to be the game that I thought it was going to be based on the early stuff that we saw. I was surprised just like how angry the voiceover was.
Yep.
It was a little
That was
weird.
jarring for me too.
Because that just seemed incongruous with the stuff that we, have already seen. Again, I really didn't want this to be like super cheesy, over the top the whole time. But I was surprised that they jumped in the totally opposite direction. Especially since if you're gonna do that and do a focus on this person, he kind of said like, I've lost people like 5 different ways. You're just kind of like repeating the same thing over and over again. Whereas we could have maybe taken that moment of like, tell me actually who this person is. Like Walker's not only a very generic name, but like almost a parody in some sense. Like play into that, or
Ranger also.
The Last Ranger.
Absurd.
like he was voiced by Chuck Norris. Like I think that would be a total slam dunk. It kind of speaks to, not to jump ahead, but just kind of like how I felt about this entire press conference, where it was like, I'm liking the things that I'm seeing, I'm not liking the way that they're shown.
I'm with you, Jones. 100%.
But I'll be playing the heck out of this. Let's do it.
Brad, what were your takeaways from Rage 2?
From Rage 2, looks fun. Nothing like, it's like, it looks like Rage. It's like what I expected exactly, but it looks fun.
I'm a little curious because they said if you can see it, you can drive it, which means cars are kind of expendable, like it doesn't matter if you lose your car, you just grab another one, and you could drive other cars in Mad Max, but I wonder if there's going to be like no attachment, like you don't have a car.
I wonder if that could
there's no
also mean-
upgrading really, like you just kind of got to find something and use it.
I wonder if it's the opposite of that though, where like you have a car, but whatever you see, you can incorporate into your own vehicle.
Sure, or you have a garage.
Yeah.
Or you can like, you have a bunch of different types of cars. Yeah, you can steal one and take it back and maybe like take it apart and steal mods and attach them to different cars and stuff.
Yeah. I know, I'm excited to see more. Definitely, they showed a lot of combat, a lot of car stuff, a lot of jumping around. I want to see the town stuff, because that's not me just loving towns. Rage 1 had some towns, some quest givers. I want to see how all that plays out, for sure. Any other thoughts on Rage 2?
Did we see
Ian,
any of that? Rage had some really interesting characters that you would meet, and we're just kind of psychos at this point. We're really just out in the wilderness. Maybe we'll get to that.
Any takeaways, Ben or Ian, on Rage 2? Any final thoughts?
Nah, seems fine.
I think the combat looks really solid. I want to see what kind of things that I can set up. I want to see
the combos.
How many enemies I can get in the grenade, pop them up, and then shoot them with a shotgun. I don't know. It looks fun.
Like wing stick, grenade, shotgun,
right?
Like all that.
Man, how angry that protagonist was really threw me for a loop. But, I do think it looks solid.
Engender
fiscal aptitude. Should we just roll right through? Should we tune into Devolver?
Devolver's not funny
strategy.
yet, so keep going.
I'm tuning in.
People would like to see the footage, though, if we can. We can do both.
It's fine.
I think it's hard for Damiani to do both.
Got it.
We're good for now. Elder Scrolls Legends, we can kind of just breeze through that. It's launching on consoles, and it's going to have new visuals.
I wish they showed us like a little...
I wish they showed us the new visuals,
but that's cool for Elder Scrolls Legends players. Getting some upgrades.
It was brief,
Is that an early access pre-alpha situation? Is that why they're updating the visuals?
Yeah,
no, it's out. They're just redoing it, and
redoing it.
They're tying the redo into the launch on the console.
Okay. It's kind of like a relaunch.
A Realm War.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
And then Elder Scrolls Online.
Kyle, this is muted for the stream, right?
Showed a lot of their past expansions in there and new stuff.
Yeah, they...
Good.
Yeah, they went through basically every beat that they've done so far. They went through the main story of Elder Scrolls,
which I thought was so cool.
The other stuff too.
And there was a trailer. Seems like it's kind of unfair to say business as usual for Elder Scrolls Online, because they are doing it right. They just keep coming out with these expansions that add different regions, like you said, different races and classes, and just new places to go, and just continuing that journey.
That warms my heart, I gotta be honest, Huber, because I see massive online gaming moving in so many different directions other than MMOs now. And so much so that like creating an MMO used to be like a dream of mine, like back in the day when I was playing games in like high school and college. It's just like, yeah, like this genre is so cool, this could be around forever. And like it's not. Like we were moving away. I think I wouldn't be surprised if there's like lots of devs out there that maybe possibly wanted to turn some of their franchises into MMOs. Were like, okay, not working out so well for some of these companies, not because people aren't playing them, they don't have massive audiences, but like these games just have to be massive and have to continually be updating if you're going to try to match something like a Fortnite within just all these crazy announcements that we're having. I don't think an Elder Scrolls Online is something that you can get people juiced up with being like a new item, whereas you're literally just like shopping cart to Fortnite, and like that's a whole month of hype. And so it's great to hear they're getting more players, they're adding more stuff, especially if like you're into the world of Elder Scrolls.
You're going back to Morrowind, like that's exciting.
It is. I am not going to play that game, but I have to admit it is tempting. Like, it is tempting to jump in there and check that out.
Absolutely.
I do think, though, as jolly as that director is, I'm not sure that we needed it for what they had to show for Elder Scrolls Online.
He was out there for a while.
I'm not sure they needed to get out there, and I felt like even with, if you go back and you watch him last year, I felt like he was recounting a lot of the same beats. I think we could have just condensed that into a video and just maybe sped it up a little bit.
Definitely filling time right there.
Yeah.
Next up was Doom Eternal. You can't not scream when you talk about it.
Boy, I really want
Doom
to watch
Eternal.
that.
Yes.
I really want to overwatch that.
So hype. Before we were like, is it possible? Like, could they actually have more Doom?
Right.
I thought an expansion at most, but a full-on sequel.
Yep.
Why not Doom 2 though?
Doom
Yeah,
Eternal.
interesting. To rename that and especially play into how much people loved. Yeah, when like Mortal Kombat went back to Mortal Kombat, I was like, oh, Mortal Kombat 2 was so popular and was so great, and it's one of like the favorite games. If they call the next one Mortal Kombat 2, that'd be great. Like, no.
Yeah.
And it's like and the same thing with Tomb Raider. It's like, oh, Tomb Raider 2 was so good, and like Rise of the Tomb Raider. Like, I
think maybe they want.
That's why Hitman 2. I'm like, Hitman 2.
Yeah, they get it. I think they want to maybe just don't want people to think they're kind of just redoing Doom 1 and 2.
It's
and
on
maybe
Hell on
just
Earth
forging
again.
their own path.
It's Hell on Earth. That is Doom 2.
It might just be a part of it. Of course
Right,
it
I
will be.
think that's
They're kind
the
of just
thing.
breaking away from it.
Is the Hell on Earth is only a part of the game.
Yeah.
Especially when you go out of your way to say like, hey, we're gonna have so many more demons. I wonder.
And gear elevate the action.
Get a real trailer if you want to watch it.
I love the challenge, like the Hype Master talking about one like his favorite developers who's ushering out some new installments, some of his favorite franchises with this playing in front of him.
Right.
And it's like, good luck, Hubert, do
I'm
it.
trying really hard. Keeping it focused. That's a good kill, though.
That was a good
That was a smooth transition.
Yeah.
Really just on the kill immediately.
Top tier gore right there. Do we know what this game is? Is it Serious Sam?
It looks like a Scum sequel. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the next era in
Cool.
Supermax.
Just with Doom Eternal, as exciting as that was, and maybe it's just because I want more Doom so bad, I wish we got just a tiny bit more.
Yeah.
I don't need much.
They needed that that QuakeCon hype, though.
They needed the QuakeCon hype. Yeah.
They did with the first one.
And I think that alleviates it, knowing that it's coming relatively soon, that we're gonna get more information. But
Giving the Doomslayer more power. What do you think that means? Powering
He's getting
him up.
demon powers, dude. He's gonna get some like
I think
ancient
that's-
artifact.
I think that's a very end point.
Because they had like the power ups too, like in the levels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And besides like the upgrades, he would bust out. Like you're gonna get some insane relic.
You're
It's like some sword or something.
Yep.
Was there a release window on Eternal?
No.
No, but they're going to show it at QuakeCon, Kyle.
Awesome.
Will you drink blood?
No.
What?
Just throwing it out there. Like
I don't think
drinking some like demonic blood to gain power.
You won't drink
like
it
from a chalice.
because you're gonna have the helmet on, but you're gonna bathe in it.
Bathe in the blood.
I'm imagining like pentagrams. Like you gotta find like glowing red pentagrams and then like stand between them.
And it's gonna be on
absorb.
Switch, and you're gonna have to make your own pentagram out of blood on the
out of
touchscreen.
Nintendo Labo.
Yeah, out of Nintendo Labo. Yep.
Nintendo Labo Dual.
Right. You just go to GameStop and you're like, could I buy the raw meat Doom Labo pack, please? Yeah.
Next up was Quake Champions, new trailer, some new heroes, a free trial for a week, but
you get to keep it if you get it.
Yeah, if you play the free trial, you get to just keep the game, it sounded like. It was kind of confusing wording, so let me know if I'm wrong there.
Yeah, from what it sounds like, because you went free, early access.
Yeah.
You're buying it now. Like, you
Right.
buy it now, and then it's either going to be at a discount, or you're just going to get it when it comes out. So they're basically saying, which is a kind of confusing revolutionary concept, is that, like, the early access is free. So if you just decide to get in now, the game will be free, or you'll get it at the same discount as other people who have jumped into early access.
Right.
Not much for us to say about the game.
Cool dinosaur character.
Cool dinosaur character. Just hardcore Quake.
Playful gameplay we saw, you know, it was...
Yeah.
I'm glad it exists.
Exactly. It is what it is. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
Quake Champions.
And whereas I think a lot of the other gameplay that we're seeing, it's just kind of lots of chaos. Like, you look at Rage, and it's just like, this is nuts, where it's really nice to see gameplay that's extremely skilled, like people getting headshots from like 500 yards. Like, that's just entertaining to watch no matter what. So.
Yeah. Professionals. Next up was Prey.
Okay.
I could even talk about the problems that I had with the Quake Champions presentation, but no, moving on to Prey, I actually think they handled this pretty well.
I agree.
I liked the sense of humor that they had with it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I thought it didn't go on that long. I liked how they incorporated the mimics into the bit.
Yeah.
And I thought what they actually announced was really cool.
Yeah, they had quality of life updates like story mode, new game plus, and survival. So like tuning the difficulties. And then Mooncrash, which I forgot until right now is available.
Yeah.
It's available tonight.
Tonight.
Mooncrash is a procedurally generated like roguelite kind of, where you go in the simulation for resources and you have to escape the moon. That seems really, really fun.
And it seemed they were really emphasizing how hard it was.
Yeah.
They mentioned like, hey, you know, this is for the hardcore people, and also just how many times it might take for you to have a good run. They got up into the 50s, how many times they were resetting. So yeah, I think it's cool.
Absolutely. And Typhon Hunter is coming.
It sounds
which is
interesting.
crazy. 1 versus 5. 5 players are mimics. And they
VR support.
And VR support.
And I think that's rare because when you come out at a press conference like this and you just, oh, by the way, we're also working on this other thing. We can't show it to you right now. I can just tell you a couple sentences about how it's going to work. It's unusual that a comment like that is hype generating. You know, usually just like, oh, okay, thanks for letting us know. Just kind of cap that other announcement, but I guess we'll get more stuff. But like, I don't know if I was a Prey fan, I don't even know if I need a trailer for that now. It's like, I'm already sold on that.
Right.
Just because that concept is so smart.
Yeah. They said you better be ready for some jump scares.
Yeah. VR too.
Kyle, strap in. VR, you're the hunter. I'm so excited.
Jumping out
Did
of
we give
Kyle.
up
I'm
on
gonna be
Devolver?
a spray
I'm
ball
a
and jump
mug,
on them.
We have the B-roll from the moon up right now.
I see
Perfect.
that.
Okay, we could go back to Devolver. We're looking
Tonight.
at chat.
We
Chat,
can
let us
play
know
that
if there's
tonight.
a Devolver trailer.
Yeah, chat whatever chat wants.
What you want, chat?
We'll give it to them. If they want Devolver, or if they want the recap. But,
Devolver puts out some
Yeah,
seriously
next
good
to
stuff.
the
And we're getting there. We're getting
Vault
close.
Boy 76 recaps, this was my favorite trailer. I really dug this. This had
Really
a great,
good presentation of Prey.
fun attitude to it.
I loved how they showed how a run could be different, where it's like, hey, you might do this and everything is fine. You might do this and everything is on fire.
Yeah. And knowing
Simple but effective.
Knowing Prey, I wouldn't be surprised if there was kind of some kind of narrative background to the entire thing.
And what
yeah,
if you
this
could
game.
incorporate that into?
This looks
Ooh,
fun.
yeah, this looks really cool. What if you could incorporate that into the runs, where you know just randomly you might get a little bit of a tidbit, and then you do a couple of runs later, and you get a little bit of a drop.
Slowly uncovering
You
this
read a
mystery.
computer terminal, and it's got just a little.
It was free,
little
right?
something.
This update?
Free. Available now. Free.
Great.
Cool.
This
stuff.
game looks sick.
Yeah, it looks real
Yeah.
fun.
Yo, he jumped through that hoop.
Yo, I'm into this. What's the music for this?
Can't hear it.
You can kick the heads of
talking,
them.
yeah, I want to mute it while you guys are talking.
Well, leave it for them, but have us.
Dude, this game.
I don't know if that's the thing.
That's so cool.
That is so cool. It's like
It kind of reminds me of that Trials expansion that was really weird.
was thinking that, yeah,
My friend Pedro.
Blood bullets. Banana.
Nintendo Switch and PC.
Switch
That's
getting a
coming
lot
to
of love.
Switch.
Switch getting a lot of love.
So jolly. All right, next up was Wolfenstein 2. I love this because they're like, hey, you know, it's coming to Switch. So it's like, oh, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw Switch trailer and that was kind of it for Wolfenstein 2. You know, they've already had DLC.
Yeah.
No. They took it a step further. This is You want to talk about meaningful DLC.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is about as meaningful as you can get. Not only are you kind of changing the way you engage with the game, it's co-op, but you're telling the next step in BJ's story.
Yep.
His twin daughters, Youngblood, 1980s.
They say how many years? How many years is this in between? Like 20?
It's it's at least
I don't remember
20
when the
something.
other
It's in the 60s as 1980s. It's really depressing because the Nazis are still there.
That this war is still going on 20 years later. You know, that like all of the work that he's done and all the efforts really just kind of like puts a wet blanket on his legacy.
Seriously,
they're just like, nah, pretty much in the same place.
Yeah, didn't do anything.
We have those suits though.
I love this too because you see his daughters growing up in this trailer.
And his voice over them, you know.
Training them pretty much.
And even though I just said, at the same time, it's like, hey, even if we're stuck in this world and we can never really make this a much better place, you still have to fight. You still have to stand up for yourself. You still have to protect people that can't protect themselves.
Yeah.
Like Brandon said when he was watching it, and this is totally going to be the case, somebody's going to be a sniper and somebody's going to be a brawler, and I'm really interested to see how that dynamic plays out in the level design.
I wonder if that's a
counter
message or
design.
just marketing. I wonder if they just put them with different weapons
I don't think
that you can use. Or
I always love co-op games where there is someone sniping from overhead and then someone is stealthing through. I love that.
I do too.
Just to jump ahead a little bit, the Cyberpilot VR thing is focusing on hacking. I wonder if that is also going to be an element of Youngblood, where maybe, you know, let's say you're the close range person, you have to get up, you have to hack, and it's like, yo, cover me.
Dude,
and then once you hack it, you have something really powerful that you can take control of and get rewarded by.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
Youngblood. Blown away by it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
cool.
can't wait.
Co-op.
Full
It's good
playthrough.
stuff.
Yeah, full playthrough's happening.
It has to happen.
Oh my goodness. 2019 for that, so we gotta wait a little bit.
Especially since the Wolfenstein 1 expansion, which was called
Old Blood.
Old Blood, was great, but not essential. It didn't like fill in a part of the story that I was like, thank goodness, or really, you know, kind of like Evil Within, which they did. I thought, I really added to that experience, and so it's neat to see this be more personal, for them to really do a huge time jump and play with another time period, because that was so fascinating about both of those games, is really like getting into that world, and it is, you know, the 50s and 60s, but also very much not, and that was curious.
I wonder if BJ will die, and that will spark them to go on some revenge mission, or if it's a rescue mission.
Or he's just like, I'm too old, damn
or
it.
like, who knows? Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, he'll show up at like the end.
From Software?
Yeah,
You might want to listen, actually.
Oh, is it? Yeah, guys. Oh my God, let's go.
Legendary piece of cold, rolled, amazing was forged in the most sacred elements of video game development. Mechs, explosions, and overly dramatic voice
out of
acting.
control.
Ladies, gentlemen, holy fucking shit. May I present to you From Software's 2004 masterclass in democratic mech
I want to
warfare,
play this so
Metal
bad.
Wolf Chaos!
I can't even believe it.
You can play it right now.
Yeah. So this is just coming to the West, basically. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Overly dramatic voiceover.
Welcome to the White House.
Michael!
Classic voiceover.
Sick.
Wow.
XD. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
It's coming.
Do you have a term?
I wanted to play Metal Wolf Chaos for years.
Can we open the door again?
Yeah, let's just do kid check.
Do you have a term for when a trailer cuts at a boss? Shows a big boss cut. Do you have a term for that?
No.
Yeah.
The big boy cut?
It's happened a lot. The big boy cut has happened a lot today.
All right.
Kyle,
Can you
Kyle,
open
I'm
that
strapped in over here. Could you open this door, please?
Yeah, I'll come over.
Thank
that
you
door.
so much.
Got
Thanks,
real
Kyle.
hot. Got real hot during that trailer.
All right. Next
It's
up.
been hot this whole
Oh,
time.
he's crossing.
waters
Oh,
our
he's
way?
crossing.
First camera cross.
Love the camera cross.
Grab
it's for a good
Sam
cause.
Pelly while you're over there.
No, it's advertising our shirts.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we got
Kyle.
shirts, fangamer.com/EZL.
So then it was Todd Howard's turn to come out. Fallout 76. In between him talking about Fallout 76, I even wrote down Skyrim joke because I just loved it so much.
The Skyrim joke
High
was
budget
pretty
Skyrim
funny.
joke.
Yeah,
That was high budget.
really enjoyed it.
Keegan Michael Key. There it
Yeah.
is. It's hot in here, man.
Yeah, it's very, very hot.
Key in there from
I thought it was funny.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
So Fallout 76, online only. You can play solo. There will be dozens of players in your game, not hundreds, not thousands. There will be dozens,
Focused.
so 30, 40, 50.
I'm so confused because they were saying that like they were talking about every character of the game being like a person.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, but
So there are no NPCs.
No. I think there's NPCs. I think he meant like you go out into the world and explore it. So he's like, these are vault people.
Yeah.
that are
They
leaving,
showed
whereas,
no
like,
NPCs.
A lot of NPCs. Yeah, they didn't.
But
I think every person is a player.
Wow.
But he said there are dozens, not hundreds.
Right.
So
It
it's
would
like
make sense because
instances-
you're
no
building
towns.
the
I'm a-
town.
I'm a little bit
you're the
frustrated
first
because
ones
he
out,
was
so-
like, I bet you have thousands of questions and I'm going to answer them. And I
Yeah.
still have so many questions.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he did answer a really, really good question. You can go into anyone's game and
keep your
carry your
progress.
progress.
That's cool, yeah.
That is not something I ever take for granted because it's
Yeah.
insane that is not a standard in video games.
Right.
And he confirmed that, which is great. You can build wherever,
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Final little plot. You like it?
There's dedicated servers,
Yep.
which is good.
But wait, I do have a question about that. So you can build something and take it with you. So
Yeah.
like that place that was getting attacked by the big like flame beast or whatever that had, you know, it was, like I was just chilling when the lady walked up and had the billiard table out and stuff like that. That means I just hit a button and it just like George Jetson flip all goes in. And
Maybe
then
it has like a
I like
time.
can save that as like chill Cliff Town.
Yeah.
And then go somewhere else and just the whole thing
What I
pops
would
back up
imagine
again.
is, depending on the kit that you have like basically a grid.
Yeah.
And anything that's within that grid, when you're like, I want to move, it
Yeah.
goes in there. However, as
Probably
you saw
takes time.
in the trailer, moving costs currency.
Got it.
And so you
Oh,
can't
they
just
showed that?
do it whenever
Pack
you
up and
want.
go.
Yeah, and so when he was planting down, it was like, okay, but this is going to cost you something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also assets are a huge question. Like, how do I get this stuff? Is this all for purchase or are there rewards? Am I finding any of this in the environment? Like, if there's like, I open a vault and that's gone bad, at the bottom of the vault, it's like, oh, there's a billiards table, and then you've unlocked the billiards table. Cool.
Yeah.
Or you get one for free and you can then buy more if you want it or to move it someplace else.
And if there's no NPCs,
Can I
is
gift
your
items to other
quest?
people?
Are you just doing quests through your Pip-Boy?
I don't know. I was wondering that, so maybe.
Like, how are quests handled if there's no NPCs?
Maybe that AI who wakes you up.
The overseer.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, he said the overseer sends you out on a quest
Got it.
that
Got
takes
it.
you through 6 regions.
Cool.
So you're definitely going somewhere for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's just recipes that you are finding as you go out and you complete quests. It's like, okay, you did this. Now you have the recipe for the billiards table. These are the things you need to make it. Go out in the world and find them with your friends.
So, I'm a big fan of creative end games. And boy, oh boy, does this end game
Oh, this is the best part.
sound insane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nuclear warfare.
Yeah.
What do we think of this? Is this...
I think
crazy.
I think the thing that makes it and will be really exciting is not just the fact that it's like, okay, it's the end game, go and get a nuke, engage in that power struggle. It is like, you will maybe get one part of the code.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are extremely valuable.
Yeah, it
How
has-
are you going to convince other people in your world to
Uneasy?
give you the code?
It has to be
for
really
a
hard to
nuclear
get.
missile?
They need to make
Yeah.
it really hard to get.
Right.
And what I like about the setup for this game is I hope it works the way that I think it will work, in that it really does have gamified ways to kind of realistically simulate what might happen in this scenario where some people are ruthless killers and some people do want to collaborate.
Yeah.
Some people do want to get all the codes just so that no one else will have them and use them. Like, I think that kind of stuff could be crazy. Like, yeah, I would try to collect codes.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't
Bury
know.
them.
Well, yeah,
bury 'em
either keep
somewhere.
them or, like, sell them to the highest
Yeah.
bidder. Hey.
All right, give me the billiards
Also-
table.
Yeah,
I'll give you.
3 billiards tables.
I'll give you an
and
eye.
we'll talk a queue.
I bet there's a completionist element to I gotta nuke every single one of those locations on the map because I get a different item or there's different enemies that spawn or something from. So you're like, okay, we finally got the codes. Where haven't we been yet? Oh, that little mall over there. Okay.
Yeah, because
I keep thinking, if it's not that, why not nuke something close to you every time? Because if you nuke a spot, then you got to get over to where it is. Or are you able to set the nuke from any? Because they had to go to a specific installation to do that.
The code you get had
so then you got to travel from that installation to the nuke site, and in the time it takes you to do that, is my team there waiting for you? Have we already got there, picked it clean, and we're gone?
Right.
I wonder how that works. And is there a way? Does you have to nuke one of those sites? Is there a way, possibly, for me to know where someone is? You know, if I'm trying to get to a nuke site and some people are harassing us before we get there, and we're just like, get back, and we're like, where were they? Were they over? Okay, I bet they're over here somewhere. Or just playfully nuke your friend's place.
That made me a little nervous that you can get resources from nuking, because that to me incentivizes nuking.
Right, and you can. It sounds like you can only get some stuff.
So it's like you're not just going to nuke some encampment because they're being mean to you. You're going to nuke them because you want the resource, unobtainium or whatever.
What I'm also interested in is they showed you going and killing another player and getting rewarded for that. Is it something where it's like yeah, I can go out and do these quests, but maybe I'll get a lot more cash and experience by just going and being this terror of the wasteland.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what is that going to be
Getting
like?
shot at gave you 10 bottle caps too, it seemed like. I was like, all right.
I like the way
know
they
my
handle,
road to success.
I like the way they handle that in GTA Online. Like a most wanted character causing havoc, and then everyone kind of...
Or you can also be like, I don't want to do that. I just want to resource gather. I'm not even going to appear on the map to this person, or if they shoot at me, it's going to go through me. Like they can, and I can tell the mini map, there's not. I'll see a player and look at the mini map, be like, oh, you're not even in the world. Okay.
I wonder if there's PvE servers, like if you could do a private server with just your friends, how that works.
Probably.
Thousands of questions. He was not.
If it costs money to set your thing down, what if I find a great location, put my thing down, kick back with the Nuka-Cola, and right on top of me, like great.
Well, that's the question too, because he said you don't lose your character when you die, you don't lose your progress when you die.
Yeah.
Do you lose your town if it gets nuked?
Or do you lose money? Because currency, like the great
does it just cost
challenge.
And the other thing is let's say you get nuked and you respawn and you're like, well, damn, I lost everything, but maybe I can beat them to the Fallout site, and maybe I can get the rare stuff before they do.
Right. You could be like a scavenger where you wait for people to nuke and then just swoop in. But it looks like, I think that the loop there is, because it looked like they had to be in power armor even to get to the nuclear site.
Yeah.
You probably,
that makes sense.
After a site is nuked, probably has all kinds of high level monsters and crazy radiation. You would have to have
makes sense.
Crazy stuff even to get in there.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably how they balance that. It's like end game stuff across the board.
Sounds really exciting.
Something that I'm worried about is a lot of the monsters that they showed looked really cool, but when I play Fallout, I'm in VATS, I'm picking a part of the body that I want to shoot. I'm playing it slow. I'm not shooting in real time all that often. And a lot of the encounters that they showed, they were all lined up and they were just shooting their guns.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there'll be any
I don't think there's VATS.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, I'm not sure how interesting that'll be in the long term.
I hear you.
There really has to be something with these enemies that make them interesting to fight over and over again.
In the first Fortnite trailer we saw, not the very first, because that game evolved crazy, but I remember in one of the first big multiplayer, we're actually releasing this game in early access this year trailer, they showed a fort that was bigger than anything you would ever want to build, completely illogical, giant castle, 10 stories.
Yeah.
And we didn't really see that. Everything we saw was pretty moderate, and actually when that big bat thing showed up, he kind of just wrecked it, and so it would have been nice to see, you can put in emplacements, and he's putting in 5, and it's I would have liked to see those 5 emplacements kick some ass. I would have liked to see, possibly how crazy this stuff could get. I don't think it, I can kind of clearly imagine the end game, and I'm sure there's a lot of, I can visualize it. I'm just surprised it didn't show.
Yeah, I think I can totally see a lot of dedicated Fallout players, this being their nightmare, just wanting to play their single player Fallout,
Right, and they said that, hey, you can play by yourself.
Yeah, but you have to be online.
Right.
So I totally feel for that side of the camp, but also, I think it's a really cool, unique way to engage with Fallout. The world is basically run by us and everyone, and that's
there's so many questions. I'm assuming I think this is my main question right now is you can go and plant your base wherever you want. Well, if I'm loading into the game and my friends aren't online, and the last time I played the game, I set up an establishment here. Is the game like, oh, I'll put you into this server. Oh, wait, no. Bill put something there. I can't put you in that map because someone else already built a location there. Or if I go into a new map and I'm like, oh, my town, wait, and there's 5 people next to me now, but they weren't there when I first built this location here, but now they're there now.
My guess is your camp closes down when you leave, and you place it again when you come back in.
Right, which I think we were talking about. That seems logical, but I think we were talking about oh, Blood got an item for me. That's cool. And doesn't sound like there's any of that. It sounds like we can only enjoy these environments with somebody actually lays it down during our session, which to me lacks a bit of permanence.
Unless if Blood lays it down in your grid, like he was saying, it gifts it to you. Like you get a copy of it.
Sure.
Like if it's him literally giving you a billiards table, maybe that works like that.
I also think Brad brought up a really good point during the presentation. Is this going to run well?
Yeah, because I'm worried about it.
Yeah,
even by yourself, it doesn't run well.
Yeah, even that one shot when they were down into the vault got a little framey, so that's a concern.
Yeah, crazy. That game.
I'm glad it's focusing on dozens.
Ambitious.
There's way more to it.
Very ambitious.
I'll say this: when I heard the rumor that it was this multiplayer, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be at this scale.
Neither did I. Yeah, I thought it was kind of a step gap between this and Fallout 5.
I thought it would be exactly.
Stopgap.
He did mention that hey, we know the reasons that you play our games is because of the storytelling. Obviously, we just want to see what that's going to be like in a multiplayer setting, and so I want to see what the quests are going to be like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
How
substantial are they going to be?
It's exciting.
It is. It's exciting. I really want to get my hands on it. Yeah.
I'm really wondering how. Yeah, if there are that many quests, or if it is just sandbox.
Crazy.
You make your own quests.
Absolutely crazy. November 14th.
Yeah,
it's coming out this year.
It does. Soon. I tell you what I believe is when Todd Howard's saying this is something we've thought about for a long time, we've talked about for a long time, we've gone through possibly many different stages of what this was or what it could be, and we're just really excited to experiment with this franchise that you love, that we love. I buy all of that. I really like that vibe of this being experimental, and so even though we still have lots of questions, I don't have really high expectations this game has to meet. I just
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, by not being a mainline single-player Fallout, the expectations and the pressure, I think, are a lot less.
Yeah.
So.
And if you lack those towns, or you lack these really dense, strong hubs with lots of great personalities and lots of fun quest lines and with things you can develop, you take all that out of the universe. I think how you combat that with expectations is make the map massive, just huge, crazy big.
Well, and I said again earlier, but I do really like that he stated that it's all their servers, but it's not thousands of people, it's dozens, which answers the questions we had before, where it's how is this going to make any sense? And it's oh, okay, that's what makes sense.
I'm going to crack up every time, I'm telling you. If I go into a house and I take a couple people out, and you go up and loot, and you don't even see it, but just to hear it behind you, you just hear... You're like, whoops. You're level 15. You're like, all right.
And the thing is, with as big as they're talking, you can hear a nuke, and it could be just on the other side of the map. And you're wow, do I venture over there and see what's going on?
Most of the times, no.
Nuclear launch detected.
StarCraft.
Hopefully, we can do a private server and get all the allies in there and just live in peace, and it'll be fun.
Peace and harmony.
I don't think it will be in peace.
Kyle will secretly murder everyone.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Oh, he won't play it.
Yeah,
Next up, we're almost at the end here. Fallout Shelter coming to PS4 and Switch. Did you get it again?
I'll check again. I don't know.
So just a small announcement there.
Then
it was Elder Scrolls.
PS4 is a weird console for that game. I'm curious to see how well that.
Oh yeah, that part. Where he goes,
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Just because you're constantly checking back in again and again. And Switch, you might have it on you. You might bring your Switch to work every day. Booting up the PS4, going over to the game, loading up the game, waiting for it to load, checking on your base for 5 seconds, and then jumping out and playing into the game. Would
have been a great opportunity to throw the Vita a bone. Throw it to the Vita.
No.
Vita dead.
Congratulations, though, for bringing it up. Being the first person in our
got it.
2018 coverage to bring up the PlayStation.
Elder Scrolls Blades. I am like unreasonably into this game. This looks awesome.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah.
A really idle, narrow flip-up portrait mode, tap as you go, Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, like dungeon crawling, town building.
I'll play that.
I'm so into
So
it.
No
the
narrow footage, but I'll
the
play
three
it.
things that they mentioned? It was the dungeon run, which is a roguelike. It is the town.
Arena.
And then the arena and the PvP. Okay.
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
It was weird when it was showing the town because in the abyss, I guess, part they were tapping to move, but then in the town they were walking around, but like HUD elements were popping up.
Yeah.
So it was like still gameplay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that like a Bluetooth controller or something? Like what's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, you can control it with virtual
your thumbs?
with your thumbs. Yeah.
Oh, did they show that?
Does anybody like that? Anybody in this room?
I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying you can do it.
My thumbs get hot.
Yeah, Fortnite's a
You got
little
some
like
hot thumbs.
rough, but Fortnite also seems a lot
do
more
that,
faster
you know?
paced.
It doesn't matter what surface it is.
Yeah, this is like one enemy at a time.
One at a time. Yeah,
Nice and
Fortnite
quick.
on like a phone is crazy.
You can visit each other's towns.
Yeah.
Just
I'm on
jolly.
busy.
Very curious.
So jolly, dude.
We got to
thing for me
report
is
on
I'm
this.
very
Somebody's got to
curious-
get over there and check
For
this game
sure.
out at the show.
Definitely.
Very curious on what you can build because I don't know if swiping for that combat is going to hold me that long, and so I just hope that there's a lot to the town and that there's some sort of hook there that can keep me coming back.
Yeah, PvP like swiping.
I don't think I want
That's
to.
gonna be weird.
I think a combat like that, if you had something like Infinity Blade, somebody threw out, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that works because there's a lot of danger coming at you. So it's
Right.
not only the slashing, it's the evading.
It looked like there was a block.
There is.
There's
yeah.
a block,
You put
yeah.
up a
So for a
shield.
game like that, I think I would like to do swiping if like it was one hit per skeleton, you know, so I was just picking targets and stuff. But like
But playing against someone
swiping
who's on
6
five?
times at one enemy.
You know what
that's
game
so
does that
insane.
amazing is help me out, guys. What's the game?
Fruit Ninja.
No,
It ends with ED.
Sundered.
Sundered.
Is it Sundered?
Is it?
What is it?
Severed.
Severed.
Yes.
Thank
Severed.
you.
Yes.
Severed does it so well because you have to swipe in certain directions. Enemies will be on different sides of you, so they'll be like 4 at a time. You'll have to go here and then flip around and get that guy and then this one and this one. So if they do something like that,
Right.
maybe they just didn't show that off.
I don't think they will.
It'll just be one
I don't
enemy at
think
a
that's
time.
what that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think this it's interesting talking about and really like talked about experimentation. Like everything he showed, he was like, we had an idea and we really want to see that. You know.
Yeah, it does seem like you fight one enemy, you move a little bit, you fight another enemy, and that is your progression throughout the whole thing.
How funny is it that that's the idea they came up with 11 years ago?
Right.
Like, oh, iPhone, we could have this thing with it. Like this is Wall-E. Like this is their Wall-E. Is this game? I don't know, dudes. I don't know. It's just a worse version of an Elder Scrolls game.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Fallout Shelter is a worse version of a Fallout game. You know, it's just designed for a different
Fallout Shelter's
platform.
like a little management game.
Yeah.
But it's a
Free in your pocket though.
yeah.
I just don't think you're going to get as emotionally invested into Shelter as you would
I
potentially.
get to
but-
carry
Fallout
my
Rivals.
town with me everywhere, and I'm into that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is
I'm here now.
I could maybe be into the idea of like, oh, I've got a few minutes, I'll do a couple fights, put it away, maybe don't play it for a couple days, open it up, do another couple fights. You know, I'm not sitting there necessarily for hours grinding away, but a good time waster.
You stop playing it for like half a year, and
Right.
then they announce some new thing came to
Right.
it. All right,
Hey,
crack it
you wanna
open,
go to Morrowind?
download the
Sure.
update.
I do. And then you go.
Yeah, for free.
It'll be out this fall for free.
For free.
Next up,
Pre-order the free game tonight.
That was weird, yeah.
Pre-register. That's
Well,
what
they said
phones are doing.
pre-order.
It said pre-register.
No, for the Apple store, it said pre-order.
Oh, okay. For Google, they say pre-register.
Yeah.
How's Devolver going?
It's over.
Devolver's done.
Are they done?
Wow. It ended like 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
They had it to be continued at the end. Like
They
there's
did a
more.
straight up RoboCop, like, homage at the end, like screwing in the thing where the grid gets closer and closer.
I need to watch that.
Yeah. When is Metal with Cast?
Then they announced Starfield.
Yeah.
You know, Kyle,
Yeah.
what do you think about Starfield?
Revealed Starfield.
Huber, I was so excited to see a next gen game
Yeah.
that when they showed nothing, I was let down.
Yeah.
I wanted Watch Dogs, dude. I wanted to see something I've never seen before.
Yeah. Fair point.
It's just this Kubrick intro.
Yeah, just acknowledging its existence.
The only thing I can think is
station and the station.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, get close to that thing. Let's do it.
Well, someday.
Someday.
Not this year. Probably
three
not
or
next
4
year.
years from now.
So the rumors about Starfield being, connecting the Bethesda lore, does that still ring true, or
He said it's original IP.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be some crazy crossover fun
there's going to
fest.
be Easter eggs in it.
Yes, there'll be Easter eggs,
for
absolutely.
sure,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
not much
that
to
was
go on.
Jim snapping his fingers right there and sucking that in.
Oh, we made that joke earlier, Kyle.
Sucking that in, really good.
Tim is like, that's all you see.
So Starfield exists. It's exciting. Their first new IP in 25 years. That's
Which is so weird.
cool. It is
It
weird.
makes you realize, like, wait, they haven't ever made their own games. They just take other games and make those.
Mm-hmm. And we ended with Elder Scrolls 6.
The Elder Scrolls 6.
The teasiest tease that you could ever do.
Just using
It's not really a tease of any, unless
Just
like
give us a setting, though.
Unless
Give us a
Skyrim.
setting.
Well, you mean
unless
just
I bet
some hills?
But I could. I was
It's
thinking about
something.
that, and like I bet fans out there are like,
Oh yeah, they're like, that's where
That's why
and
it's a tease.
And I wish I knew what it
is
was.
that a building?
Yeah.
Is that a building? Right
Yeah,
there?
there's a castle.
Yeah, it's a
and
town.
The Elder Scrolls.
The ocean is interesting.
Yeah.
Seeing ocean there,
It's
they're
a
always
coast.
landlocked.
Sailing.
Right.
Elder
The
Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls.
Oh man, sailing in
Elder
Elder Scrolls.
I think the E is a 6.
Yeah.
Underwater.
Where are we going?
Do you remember seeing Breath of the Wild though, that first tease, and you saw the land and you saw all the opportunities of things to do?
Yeah, you saw
Yep.
it
It
wink.
should have been that. We see one place to go.
To be
I mean, but when they
you
say
can
this
climb
is
all
the
those
game after
mountains.
Starfield.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
after.
was like, stop asking us about Elder Scrolls.
So
6.
this is Xbox One, 2 and PS5.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
really
The
hope it's
old-
called the Xbox One
Hyphen
2.
two.
Is this the Somerset Isles?
You tell
And then the number 2.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
So these are
That's
both of these Starfield and
It'll
Elder
be the
Scrolls 6
Xbox Eternal.
Is this
are
the,
a couple years
the
out.
Somerset Isles? Is this we're going to the place of the Hiles?
I don't know.
Chat.
I don't see
Chat.
no aisles.
Did a meteor hit right there on the left?
Yes.
So that just means to me that Fallout 76 is going to be getting support for quite a bit of time leading into next gen, leading into Starfield and
Sure.
Elder
And
Scrolls.
he said this is after Starfield.
Mm-hmm.
Just a twinkle in the eye.
This
right?
is 5 years away.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Todd Howard hasn't even.
But also kind of
thought about it.
comforting
It
to
is
acknowledge.
comforting,
It's kind of
you
comforting to
know.
acknowledge.
That's what I want to hone in
We
on.
know it's
Ben.
comforting. Just say it exists.
Yeah.
And you're setting expectations right. It's like, hey, we're looking super far ahead.
Yes.
It's coming. Don't worry.
Please
about it.
be excited.
Here's a little taste of the setting.
The Elder Scrolls 6.
Perfect. All right, that was it.
That was it.
That's it.
The Evil Within 2 did not reveal itself.
Man.
I will just have to replay Evil Within 2 again, so that'll make it a little.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, exactly. Do we do the moment or the grade
We've done it
first?
both ways, so
Okay.
it's kind of up to you.
Grade first, lead up to the moment, baby.
Grade
Let's
first.
do it. We're here.
Yeah.
Grade first.
Okay. Grade first. We're starting on that end. No,
Oh,
we're starting
come
on the
on.
chair. We're starting with
start with
Damiani this time.
Damiani.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Put him on the
Setting
spot.
the tone.
Yeah. Damiani? Let's hear it.
I gave EA 3. I gave Microsoft a 9.
Yo, really?
Yeah.
Dude, Microsoft.
Wait, you didn't like
Wait,
Microsoft?
What kind
Okay.
of?
It's a
The hell's
7.5.
wrong?
That's a
What?
7.5.
A
What?
7.5.
7.5.
What?
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
We missed
What
you,
do you
Kyle.
want?
No, just
I'm sorry.
sweep.
Let's
Sweep
sweep
it.
it.
Keep
Sweep
going.
it.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
sweep it.
sorry,
Sweep it.
sorry, 5 first. It's okay.
That's Damiani, that's exactly it. To me, it was like, it was so dorky how many times they said world premiere, as if they're the Game Awards, as if it's a show that's like, it's good for them to
They've
show
been
it
doing that for
first.
5-6
It
years.
is. Yeah.
They
But this
did
time,
that
but this
forever.
time they actually showed
getting
us stuff that
defensive
was
to
hyped.
Keely,
Even if
dude.
it was multi-platform stuff, it was still hyped to see it revealed there.
I guess it's weird to brag about it. It's just says like you're just earlier on the calendar. You
Who
know
would
what
have
I mean?
thought with how well things
yeah.
were going with Microsoft that they
I
would
mean,
get Devil May Cry 5
Game
revealed? Even if
companies
it's
not
at
brag
Sony.
about.
Yeah, even if it's at
everything.
Sony.
Bethesda bragged
Xbox
so
stole,
much,
you know.
it's insane.
But Bethesda made all those games. Bethesda made all those games.
But I love PlayStation 4, but the Xbox One X is a beast. Like, those games will probably run a little better on Xbox One X. Isn't
That's
that
what I
something
would-
to celebrate?
Hubert, that's what I would sell, not world premiere. They were
I
selling,
see what
hey,
you're
we got
saying,
this
but
first.
like,
we're debuting it on our show. they did say twice best on Xbox. Never said Xbox One X. Just said best on Xbox.
True.
But yeah, I thought it was a weird way. Like, it was a thing where I was thoroughly entertained the whole time.
Yeah.
And when it ended, I was like, wait a minute, what's this year?
Right. They didn't shadow drop squat.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah, it's just Forza, dude. It's just another Forza this year.
Oh, you mean from like their first party?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Sea of Thieves expansions, 2 of them.
July and September or whatever.
I mean, like, that's
You're not killing my hype. I think
that's a reality of Microsoft.
I'm defending my 7.5. You give that a 9 when you got nothing to play this year, dude?
Got to see Devil
You
May
got a
Cry.
bunch of trailers
I
that you got
see-
to watch
I got-
first? Yeah.
Wait, are you mad because there's not a lot of stuff to play this
Wait,
year?
did they have a date for Psycho?
I mean,
I just like seeing new games.
I feel like you're kind of throwing Forza under the bus there because I thought Forza showed really well. Like,
To me, Forza was like
next year.
a falsified demo as well. Like, I don't think those 8 stations were playing the game.
I don't think so.
Oh,
either.
no, yeah.
But I
That
think
was fake.
people
Well,
were.
let's go. Wait,
I think people did play that at one time.
I don't think
played
so.
the game
but-
on those same stations.
I know, but no, you weren't when you did it. There weren't 8 perfect people playing. There were no nobody like slid out of the track. You know what I mean? Nobody collided with another person.
E3 is tearing us apart.
Did they play practice that?
I'm with Kyle. I don't think.
And
I
they
think
pulled
that was
into
pretty
cutscenes.
cool.
The editing was
right.
too
That was
crazy.
at the very end. They all just showed up on that beach like, at the same time.
The editing
They're like,
was too nuts.
that's
yeah.
convenient.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
don't know. So
we're off
anyway,
track too.
We're off track.
They had about
Damiani.
20 near misses. We were like, whoa, they almost just hit
Rate
each
the
other.
Devolver.
After Unravel 2, I don't want to see people pretending to play a game. I don't want to see it. 7.5. 7.5 is a good score. That means you did a good job.
Sure.
That's a good score.
So Damiani,
Bethesda gets like a 4.5.
Whoa.
I gave EA 3.
I don't remember what was at
5. 5. No, 5. Bump it up to 5.
all right.
5 out of 10.
Okay.
What was good at EA?
I don't feel good giving it a score. I only saw half of it. I liked what I saw. I like Todd Howard.
You were here for the better half.
Okay, cool.
The beginning was
I-
absurd.
It was weird. The vibes were weird walking in. Like, you guys had a
We're
weird
all-
vibe.
yeah.
Like, things
the
weren't
press
going
conference
well.
had a weird
It
vibe.
started,
At that point-
it
at that
started
point-
with the dude talking for a while, and then Andrew WK came out and sang an entire song.
Sang a rage song.
Yeah.
You raged.
But
He raged out a
like
little
one
bit.
of his own songs, and they
I
didn't show
wanted you here
gameplay.
so bad.
They didn't show gameplay over it. It was just a song.
Just him, just
for no reason.
Yes.
It's a rock
His
band.
band, his band too.
His band. But like they showed like clip art of 3 of the characters from Rage
And
on the
like,
screen
and
above
then he would
him.
like sing, and then when he stopped singing, he would jam the microphone in his pants, like in his crotch, and then he would like jam on the piano, then
Wait, did
pull
he
the
actually
microphone.
put it in his crotch?
Yes.
I didn't notice that.
But
But yeah, it was very strange, and they paused for applause after like every
Everything.
couple of
Yeah.
words. It was weird.
Really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Bloodearth was only here for half as well, right?
Yeah, and I worked through most of that. So.
Yeah, he does.
Come around.
I do want to say I love how in depth they go with their games, and I love the breadth of ideas they have for their games.
I think that's why a publisher like this can have a press conference
Yeah.
like that, is to pick 1 or 2 titles where like what we're just saying, like maybe could have gone a little more in depth with Fallout, considering how much it was like, now it's time.
Yeah, I thought we had a Todd Howard blowout coming, and it really didn't.
No, he really
Not
didn't.
too much.
It ended on like he went to like beta, and then like here's the stuff you can buy.
Also,
hold
like,
on a
it
second.
ended on
we
phone
spent
games.
like
Yeah.
a
ended
lot
on
of
phone
time
games.
on the helmet that you get in the collector's edition. I would have rather spent that time learning more about the game,
Yeah.
especially when it's coming out in November.
Also, like,
I mean, I don't think that's an
end on the
unrealistic thing to say.
phone games.
Yeah. Well, they didn't end on the phone games. They ended
Well,
on.
they ended on those teases.
Yeah.
I guess.
Elder Scrolls Blades was like the last game.
Right.
Then it was Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6.
Then it was just
which
like
are-
dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it was just
Title
dreams.
reveal
Yeah.
parties.
Logo reveals.
Ian Hake.
Anthem was at EA.
Mm-hmm.
I gave EA like a 6 something. This was definitely more like irritating of a press conference, I think. But it did have Doom Eternal, and Fallout 76 looks kind of good. 6. Like roughly similar to EA. Like it had better announcements maybe,
But a worse pace.
was a much worse
Yeah,
press conference.
because EA for me kind of flew by. Maybe it's
EA
just because it was
EA
the first
fine.
one.
Like, yeah, EA.
They didn't have much, but it just moved.
Right. It like was zippier than this.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a better show, worse titles. This is better titles, worse show.
Brandon Jones. I saw you
4.
snoozing.
That's
Yeah.
a 4. That was one of the most frustrating to watch press conferences I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wait,
Ever.
what's your EA score? I need it for comparison.
Yeah, what was your
Like a 6, like a high 5 or a low 6.
We were all like 5 or 6.
This was worse than EA?
Oh, without a doubt.
That's unbelievable.
There's no question.
I don't know about that.
Because we're talking about a press
Pretty
conference.
bad.
Like what announcements you make and what games I know are gonna happen because of your press conference is one thing. And to me personally, it's a very small percentage of how much I'm going to enjoy the show you are putting on. But if you're like, no, everybody show up, everybody sit down, okay. Hey everybody, thanks. Hi, I'm Todd Howard. It's like, no one got to the point. No one.
No one. Yeah, ever.
No one. No one came out on stage and ever got to the point, ever. I was blown away. And like, even the nice sentiments, even things I'm supposed to enjoy, which are like, we work really hard in these games. Look, I'm walking my dog. Look, there's rage. The guy's chopping that guy's head off. Look, I'm with my child. And it's like, make up your mind. Like, there's just so many tonal back and forth. Like, we're the #1 rated thing on Metacritic. Oh, but we can't put a show on. It's like, it's just this weird, we're the super professional company, but we're also just kind of winging it. Like, it's just a strange. We're on both sides. Half of us are looking at Todd Howard's butt. Like, it
was weird.
That was very, very frustrating. Like, that was literally like, I was uncomfortable in this chair. Like, there were just moments. I can't believe they showed that Fallout trailer again. It's talking about saving time,
Same
man.
exact
Like,
trailer.
yeah, there were like 3 moments you could clearly see Todd Howard be like, what was I talking about? Oh, anyway, we lost track.
He literally said anyway at one point.
Yeah. And I feel bad because like some of these people are coming out, it's like, wow, the community manager on stage, that's awesome, you know, like especially for an online game, like that's really cool. The community manager's coming out and talking about, the community and what's exciting to come into the game and stuff. Like, I want these vibes. And specifically talking about EA, that's what EA needs, is like this personality. Like, I need to see a little bit more. But I almost feel like the Bethesda and EA are in like completely opposite spectrums, where it's like EA is too many suits, it's too much, investment talk, it's too much expectations, you're gonna love this. And Bethesda's just like too much mom and pop shop. And it's just a weird vibe, given how gigantic of a company they are, and how incredibly violent most of their games are, which I know is a weird criticism, but like, it's strange to me to be like, I'm pushing a stroller, now we're in hell. Like, all right.
The reason I love a Jones rant so much is because it's not malicious, it's passionately disappointed.
I want it to be good.
Passionately disappointed.
It's just so good. I love it,
If you ever had kids, it would be like that. Like, if they get the car home at like 2 in the morning.
I'm not upset.
Just like,
I'm just passionately disappointed.
20-minute passionately disappointed rant.
I know you're better than this, Brandon Jr.
Brandon Jr.
Sophie Jr. probably.
You're up.
Now that I have context for other press conferences, I would have definitely rated EA lower.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's the,
So
it's day one hype.
It's the
Like-
trap.
You can change scores.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What was that
EA's
EA?
like
I don't
EA's like
remember.
a
Unravel and
4 or
Sea
5
of
somewhere around there.
They had a shadow drop.
This was like a 6-2 to me. There was some cool stuff in there, like a few, like Wolfenstein's cool, Doom was cool, and then everything else was just kind of weird. And it's like they showed some good stuff. Brandon brought that up, but like they're showing some good things, but how they were doing it was really weird. Like, they gave me a really weird vibe that I did not like about, look how many awards we have.
Yeah.
We're
They
the
almost
number
always
one
took an opportunity to talk about something they did that was
like,
cool.
But
and
it's like they did that the entire time, and there was Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Right.
We are making a mobile game.
had this idea
The entire press conference.
11 years ago.
Yeah.
You guys said you wanted.
Did you
Hell on
know
Earth.
that you can play this in a meeting?
Oh my god.
And it's just like, dude, stop! It just dragged. That press conference was getting so much shorter. They just filled it with dead air. Got kind of annoyed. I saw Jones smack his head on the desk like 4 times during that.
His head was
Passionately
down.
disappointed.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
should not have said this is our first original IP in 25 years, because that's like sticking in my mind now. I'm like, wow, that's
I just
kinda
have so
nuts.
many questions still about stuff that they were like, we're gonna go into this right now, and they didn't go into it at all. They glossed over so many deals. Like, I get Fallout's a big game, but they were just so like broad on so many things. Like when he goes, yeah, it's gonna be. Haven't you ever wondered what it's like if every person in the game's an actual player? But by the way, you can play by yourself and do side quests, so don't worry about that. It's like, well, what does that even mean? Does that mean that there's no, like my Pip-Boy gives me everything? There's no one else in this game?
A lot of unknown.
I really think that people who aren't Microsoft or Sony should do directs. They should just do a video. Save the money.
Well,
Save the money.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think a lot of the personal touch that they tried to bring to this, that is your pre-show. That is your lead up.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you have people come out and like, hey, so we have somebody on Legends, you're going to have some fun, exciting things to announce. What's been going on this year with Legends? And so then, oh, this year was really great. We did this. We're all super proud of that. Pat on the back. We're going to have some fun announcements though coming up. So they're like, announcing the community manager for Elder Scrolls Legends. Hey, everybody, thank you for playing the game. Let's check out a trailer. And get right into it, you know? But like, I'm curious who got out on that stage and left without 5 applause breaks.
Right.
Like they were like there were points in this press conference, Kyle, where someone said a sentence, got applause, said another sentence, got applause, said another sentence, got applause, and another sentence and got applause.
Words and then got applause.
Like, there was one where the guy didn't get applause and was like, come on.
Yep. That was
Is
what
that
got
all
me
you
the most.
got?
For
Like,
me.
That was what got me the most.
It was
I think not to go on and on, but like, and that's like also a problem that I have with the EA, and I think it's just this general attitude that you cannot have at E3, which is you want it, of course we want it, we're all here. What? Do it. Show it, and then after the fact, then we'll freak out about it and have a conversation about it.
Direct, man. That's why you do direct. Ubisoft's gonna have a live one.
But he
They do
literally,
all
like,
right
Todd Howard walked on stage and was like, okay, now it's time. Boy, E3, right? I remember when I first came to E3, and it's like, are you nuts? You're telling E3 stories? Like, remember when it was in Atlanta? It's like, are we at the bar right now? What's going on? Like, I'm done.
It's a weird
You're
tone.
not done. I want more.
It's a weird tone with all press conferences because it's like halfway between a media press event, halfway between a shareholder thing, halfway between a good show, and halfway between just like. So I guess it's like 4 quadrants and it's in the middle.
And I want those Todd Howard insights. They're great, you know?
Yeah.
I want that man to have his own show. I want him to have his own podcast. I watch the hell out of it. But, like, it's just not the time. It's not now. Just don't.
Ben Moore.
I gave EA a 5, and I agree with Brandon. I think this is a 4. And I think we can talk about the presentation of the conference, but it was beyond that for me. Every game in here, I feel like if I take a knife and I cut out all the fluff, there's actually very little there about the games themselves.
Yeah.
Every single announcement. Rage 2, I feel like I don't have that much better of an understanding of it than I did when they showed the trailer. Elder Scrolls Legends, okay, you're doing something in the future that you're not showing us at all, and here's a game that we've already seen, and we've seen at multiple E3s. Elder Scrolls Online, we get a couple of seconds of Black Marsh. That would have been great to see. Instead, we have you awkwardly up there fishing for applause. Doom Eternal, a game, the only game that I wanted at this thing, and I thought, whatever you do, even if you give me a little bit of Doom, I will be so excited. But I'm like, as it was over, I'm like, what? Why don't I feel better about this? Why am I not just completely through the roof excited? And they're like, hey, and we made a joke about it, and it's like, hey, you want Hell on Earth? Yeah, come to QuakeCon. And it's like, cool, but you're showing this to me now, and you're giving me so little. It's like what is exactly what you were saying. You nailed it perfectly, Brandon. Where it's like, hey, man, isn't this precious? Can't wait to show you more. And maybe that would have been fine if that wasn't every single game on this list. Quake Champions. All right, I get a trial. Cool. Prey, I actually thought was pretty good.
Prey was probably
Prey, I thought was
the
pretty
most
good.
exciting, I think, out of the two of them. Because they were out of recorded video.
Well, the thing is Wolfenstein I even have a problem with. I even have a problem with Wolfenstein because Cyberpilot VR looks really cool. We didn't get to see any of it. And Youngblood, like, yeah, that CG trailer was cool, but it's DLC for a game that's been out for a while. Show me a little bit more. You know, we talk about how great Bethesda deep dives are, and I really don't think we got a deep dive. And I think the most frustrating thing for me the whole conference was Fallout 76 and just, I don't know if sliminess is the right word, but just focusing on the wrong things. When you get out there and you say, we're going to answer a bunch of questions, and then you're like, hey, pre-order for the beta? Check out the beta. Here, let's do this really well done trailer for the collector's edition helmet. Like, no. Like, will your game even work? It's cute that you said that your games have problems and that online games are hard, but if you're going to acknowledge that and you're going to be humble about it, don't try to sell me stuff. Convince me that your game can work and it'll be exciting and this is a cool thing for Fallout. It was just kind of a shrug of the shoulders and we'll see you at the beta. Yeah. And that's not enough. That's not enough. It's like they're already satisfied, I guess. I don't know.
What's weird too is that, I mean, I know Rage 2 got leaked by Walmart Canada, but they said that they were going to announce it the next day anyway, whether or not that was a make good or whatever. But like, they de-hyped 2 of their biggest announcements before their event. It's like, why do that? Still, like, because they didn't have any other huge things. So it's like, why did
I wonder if they had to change because of Walmart or
I
like
don't
really
know,
what
but
the
it's
deal
like,
is there.
if they were really going to announce Rage 2 before the event, and they did announce Fallout 76 before the event, like, were they afraid people wouldn't understand Fallout 76 and would be disappointed if it was a multiplayer, and if they revealed that that people would be like, bah?
I
Like,
think so.
they wanted to, like, butter us up and, like, get us accustomed to that? Like, that makes kind of sense to me.
Though
But it's
actually,
like,
we didn't learn it was online until Kotaku leaked it.
right, so
They
it's
actually
like,
didn't give us any
they didn't
details
tell
about
us that.
76, yeah.
So it's just like, you've got a bad show, and you leak 2 of your best announcements before the bad show intentionally.
You know what
It's
I bet?
very strange.
I bet they thought we'd be talking about Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 still. I bet they thought we'd be going nuts about those 2 titles, but really they didn't give us enough to really guess
Right.
about.
Right.
And they specifically said, this is on a console that hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah.
So it's at least 2 years away.
Microsoft announced it.
Well, they said they're thinking about it.
No, the engineers are working on it
Yeah,
now.
they're working on it.
They're deep in development.
Deep in development.
Yeah.
So it's like next year, 2 years.
Hardware people
Could be next
start
year.
consoles as soon as the console's done.
But they're deep blood.
Right.
Well, as a comparison, Halo
Go buy a
Infinite, we saw
PS5, it's
very
deep.
little of. Very little of Halo Infinite. But the wheels are spinning, man. I'm looking at
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at how fast that Warthog was going, and
the
like
helmet,
just
no
getting
helmet.
seeing him without the helmet, holding it, and like kind of a more carefree attitude that they're just like, hey, one of the biggest issues we had with 5 was this dumb story that we thought was going to be super cool, and you were going to be really into this fight, and then, no, that didn't work. So we'll talk about story later. Like,
Right.
this is really just going to be a fun Halo. We're getting back to, like that initial feeling you had when you're in a Warthog and you went over, like, you were all in the car together, you know, and, like, I do get a little sting of games of service, but, like, I just think, I just see potential there, and I'm just wondering, how all of that's being put together. Whereas, like, I don't have a lot of wonder coming out in a bad way. In a way of, like, I need more details about Rage, I need more details about Fallout.
And
It's
I mean,
like, I'll play it, but
I'll play Rage. I'm signed up for that for sure.
yeah,
I'll play
I
Fallout.
want to play Fallout too. I care about Fallout, but when you're just like, hey man, you can take your base and move it anywhere, and it's like, well, when I couldn't move it anywhere, it was still janky as hell.
Right.
Like, is this going to be a better experience than that?
I think I finally learned my lesson of since having hope for No Man's Sky and then having hope for Sea of Thieves. I've learned my lesson now where I'm like, I'm gonna wait until this comes out. I'll play it, but I'm not
See how
gonna
it goes.
feel anything until I play it.
Yeah, you're
Like,
guarded.
Yeah.
I'm guarded.
Guard
And
up.
it's
And it's
jaded.
like, I think it's totally fine to jokingly be like, hey, you know, we've released Skyrim a bunch and you guys have picked up on that. Here's this cute little thing. And hey, we know our games are a little rough. I read that on the internet.
Yeah.
And like that's fine. I think that's a good thing to acknowledge, and you don't have to wallow in it. You don't have to profusely apologize. But you have to show me that you're trying to get better and that those won't be problems all the time. You can't just dismiss it with a joke and then say pre-order now. Like, there's a middle there, and the middle is the convincing part, and that's the part that matters.
It is good that they're having a beta.
It is
for
good that they're having a
76.
beta.
Like, I was almost worried that they were just gonna like release it.
But when you say it's coming out in November, that makes me think that
The
yeah,
beta's
you're having a
probably
beta,
July then, yeah.
right? But
It's not gonna change anything.
right, is it going to change anything? Is this really just early access
It's just a
for
demo.
spending money on pre-ordering it? I don't know.
Server stress load test probably more than anything.
I'm gonna go like a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6 because I liked the Rage 2 presentation, but I felt like Elder Scrolls Legends and Online and the show as a whole dragged. It definitely had pacing issues. Pacing issues for sure, but holy shit, Doom 2 got announced, and now my mind is racing. And, you know, I get it. I get the QuakeCon thing, so I'm not gonna give him a free pass, but
It is early for Doom 2.
Yeah, it is so early, and I understand, like, QuakeCon, like, that's their thing. They want to hype that up. What a good... Like, part of me is like, well, they're holding it hostage for QuakeCon. But at the same time, like,
Rename
it's
it
QuakeCon.
DoomCon.
And also, I thought Prey and Wolfenstein 2 knocked it out of the park. I had no idea that Wolfenstein 2 would go there with the Youngbloods DLC. That is awesome. And the Prey had a shadow drop and a really cool multiplayer mode down the line, which I loved. But the biggest thing for me that made it not a complete train wreck, as weirdly paced as the Fallout 76 presentation was, I don't have a huge attachment to that franchise. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be on board for some kind of online survival Fallout. And what they showed excited me. The nuclear arms race, if you will, is such a creative, clever idea that it just got me on board, and I'm excited to play more. But again, the pacing of the entire show was just...
Can I throw something at you with the Doom thing that you made me think of?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think there's any problem with hyping up QuakeCon, but we were talking about pacing, and just imagine if they had just shown that video and they said Doom Eternal, and we got to be excited, and we got to see demons, and we got to see hell on earth like they teased, and then they just left it at that, and then later, maybe in a press release or something, like, hey, if you want to see more at QuakeCon, did we really need them to come out there and say all of that stuff, or could that have stood on its own and the QuakeCon information come later and still been effective?
Like, it's bad, like, my editor brain was going for that entire thing where I'm like, this was a 25-minute press conference.
But they're making it. You know, they come out and they get to show it themselves and talk about it and love it and be like, yo, we're, like, you want hell on earth? Like, that was jolly.
I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, but I think that they ticked that box with that intro video, which I actually liked. I liked it.
Right, I liked it too.
I thought it was really nice. I thought that they acknowledged it. They did it.
Yeah.
And then the rest should be a sweet-ass show.
For sure.
And it wasn't.
It had some issues.
Yeah. Not to be a broken record, to me it's just the pauses. Like you come out, you say something, you get off the stage. Like you don't say a thing, wait, say a thing, wait, say a thing, wait.
Yeah. Like if Microsoft had been paced like that, it would have taken 3.5 hours and would have been a disaster. Like no one would have ever forgiven them. You know?
Yeah.
We got a correction from chat. Youngblood is not DLC. That's just a standalone.
Oh, right.
Perfect.
Okay.
It's a standalone
Perfect.
game.
Sure.
Standalone.
Excellent. Like Old Blood.
Yeah.
Perfect.
$15, $20.
Yeah,
how much was Old Blood? $20.
20, I think.
I think it was 20.
Yeah.
I just realized Old Blood and Youngblood.
Yeah. I had that moment earlier, and Brandon was like I was a moron.
No Evil Within 2.
You didn't get it.
You're still feeling that sting. It's never enough.
Yeah, man, I was ready for some Evil Within 2 DLC.
What was it? What was the sweetest moment? What was it?
Oh yeah.
What is our sweetest moment brought to you by Sweet Justice?
It's either Prey or Wolfenstein for me.
I'm leaning Prey.
Or Doom 2.
Not Doom 2?
Not Doom 2.
I'm leaning Doom 2, baby.
Ah, Doom 2.
Doom 2.
Well, either of those.
I'm leaning, Doom.
Yeah, Doom.
Yeah, because
Doom or Wolfenstein.
Prey was just a lot of little things.
For sure.
Right.
And we are still like very fresh off of that game, and so that Prey VR though, called that. That felt good.
I think when you think of sweetest moments, it's like
It's
one
Doom
big
2.
thing.
The
That's what I
validation
wanted.
of Doom 2.
That's what we wanted.
Yes.
We got it.
The sweetest moment
Brought to you by Sweet
brought
Justice.
to you by Sweet Justice.
We're calling it Doom 2.
Technically, yeah, Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah,
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal.
The trailer,
Yeah.
just the trailer.
It'll be called Doom 2 for a little while.
Doom Eternal.
Till it gets in our brains.
Do to me too new.
The voice
Too
actor,
tired,
the
man.
VO in that
I'm
game
tired.
for the
Just gonna
robot
get more tired, man.
character.
It's only gonna get worse.
It's like Optimus.
The VO for the robot character and the like weird artifacts that are like this.
Oh, the demons. Yeah.
The VO in that game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Doomslayer.
And the music in that game.
And the music. and
Give
the
me
shotguns.
another Mick Gordon soundtrack,
Yeah.
please.
And the
The
ripping
soundtrack
and
in that,
tearing.
the music in that trailer.
Yeah,
I
it was
like,
great. Yep. It's gonna be a good time.
That was Bethesda, and we are Easy Allies, and we get to do this because of viewers like you and our Patreon supporters. EasyAllies.com is a website, but also Patreon.com/EasyAllies.
There you go.
You can go there and support us, and it's just we have all these different tiers and different rewards, and Benmore is so good at plugging Patreon.
I am.
And
I
so
always forget.
You're so slick at it.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
There's all these tiers and rewards, and honestly, just the best community in the biz. Love and respect. We just get to talk about and revel in the hype that is games. And that was Bethesda.
And great job, Michael Huber.
Thank you, Michael Huber. Yeah,
Thank you.
good moderator. It was a tough one. Devolver
threw me off.
Everything got all weird.
Necks
but
were
you did
being
great.
snapped and...
Daniel Bloodworth?
I want to know if some people want to stick around, do like 15, 20 minutes of gameplay.
Oh God, blood.
I'm sure you'll get one of us.
Are you sure?
Hey, I live here. I'm down.
There you go.
There you go. You got boom.
Brad, are you in for Battlefield? You didn't get to do
Right
that, did
now?
you?
Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. I'm tired. Let's do it.
After. Are we gonna cut to black and then come back?
We got a message. We got a message from Sweet Justice, and then we'll come back.
Perfect.
We should also talk about tomorrow.
Tomorrow's
And
schedule.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, we got some heavy duty hitters. We got Square Enix.
The pace will improve drastically starting tomorrow morning.
Square Enix that's a direct.
That is yes, it's a direct side presentation. The pre-show for Square Enix will be starting at 9 a.m. PST.
9 a.m.
Coffee ready.
Get your coffee ready.
Fresh brews.
Yep.
Coffee, water, and orange juice. The trifecta of beverages in the morning.
You're right about that. The actual presentation will begin at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. So there'll be a lot of Kingdom Hearts talk from 9 to 10.
Tomorrow's
you don't want to miss
14-hour
that. Yes.
14-hour day, 12-hour stream.
12 hours tomorrow. Tomorrow's the marathon day.
12-hour plus stream, yeah.
It's going to be Square Enix at 9 a.m., followed by Ubisoft at 1.
Off the dome?
We
Let's
put the
see.
calendar
is when
up,
we
so you don't have
start.
to get too specific.
Perfect. Followed by
we had it
Ubisoft.
At 1, PC at 3,
PC at 3,
PlayStation at 6,
PlayStation
with
at
a
6.
pre-show the hour before all of those, and a post-show the hour after all of those.
Yeah.
It's going to be a whole big
Please
old
be
It
excited.
is going to be a wild day because the longer we go, the loopier we get.
Yeah.
But it will
So
give
by the
us
time-
life.
Yes.
Yeah. PlayStation.
Give me life.
Microsoft
Give me life.
crushed it today.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of beautiful video games. Sony's got their work cut out for them tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
they
all I gotta
Doom
say.
Eternal, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Devil May Cry 5,
Cyberpunk!
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk,
Is
dude.
it the jump game?
Jump
Force.
Jump Force!
Man, how awesome was that trailer?
Jump Force was our sweetest moment.
Jump Force was our sweetest moment.
Because when I saw it, I knew you all were going.
Yes.
Naruto's back. I was like, oh, Uber.
Naruto versus Frieza!
Jump Force is playable, by the way.
Oh.
It was at the Xbox thing.
Oh,
It will be played.
I saw Gersman tweeting about it. Yeah.
Yes.
It will be played.
Go get it.
It will be played.
Okay, everyone, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We'd like to thank our E3 sponsor, Sweet Justice, a sound design company from the southern shores of the UK. They've worked on some of the biggest AAA titles, the most refreshing indie titles, and collaborated with the best development teams in the world. Thank you for joining us for this year's E3 celebration. We're thrilled to bring you our reactions and analysis of all the big announcements, as well as impressions from as many games as we can get our hands on at the show. If this is your first time tuning in, Easy Allies is an independent group of experienced writers and producers covering games and having fun in a variety of ways. We make a range of reviews, previews, podcasts, shows, and other surprises that you can find either at youtube.com/easyallies or here on Twitch. You can also check easyallies.com to find our full schedule, current shows, reviews, and more. All of this is made possible through the support of fans just like you. If you enjoy this week's coverage or any of our other content, consider stopping by patreon.com/easyallies and becoming a monthly patron. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to exclusive videos, and there are a number of other rewards from early access to community interaction if you can give more. Whether you're able to support us financially or just want to hang out, thank you for being here with us for the most exciting week of the year.